Hello, Philadelphia! I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Boo! Boo! We got robbed again, man. The lottery. That's why the lottery's bad. Don't play the lottery. All right? It's rigged. Son of a beans. Good morning. All right? Good morning. I would say happy Tuesday to all across the Delaware Valley. But not only didn't the Flyers get one, they go down to 6. And the freaking Islanders, the trash Islanders, they get the number 1 pick. All right? Those trash Long Island, Strong Island Islanders. Oh, can't stand the Islanders. You know what's funny? The Islanders were a team from my, young childhood that we hated. Hated the Islanders. But, when they went bad, nobody really remembers that. But back in the day, the Islanders were a rival. I can still name the players. They had this Trottier and Mike Bossy and Clark Gillies, Nystrom, who was offsides, and the Flyers got rooked in the 1980 Stanley Cup playoffs where the Nystrom was offsides to Koharski, Leon Stickle didn't see it, and we got robbed. And we was robbed. And we got robbed last night. All these years later, the Islanders, that trash franchise. Ew. They're gross. Believe me, I used to work up there, right? It was always Mets and Islanders. Those were the teams. Mets, Jets, and Islanders. That was their squads. And then you had the other end of New York, which was Yankees, Giants, Rangers, Knicks, right? Like that was their other part of New York. But the skeevy part was, and there were skeeves, the Islanders and the freaking Jets and the Mets. Ugh, God. Anyway, so Flyers get 6. We'll see, right? See who falls. You got to hope that one of those centers falls or you move up a spot or two to grab the center. Now we get this coming Monday is the NBA lottery. So let's see if we got screwed out of one. Let's see how we do with the other. There's only one chance in the other. That's the tough part. In the NBA lottery, it's just about number 1. Just about number 1. It's all about Cooper Flagg. And yes, I watched Brunson last night be a hero. He was ridiculous. And I have to tell you, it's a tough series, right? It's the Nova Knicks against the Celtics. So, which is a lose-lose for us, but I'm rooting Knicks. I hate the Celtics. So I'm rooting Nova Knicks. And I actually love Brunson as a player. He was ridiculous. He was Superman last night. Superman. And they won the game. Two actually thrilling games. Both games. The OKC's up. They're closing the game out. And man, that freaking Nuggets and Jokic, and there's Gordon with the follow. Oh, man. And the Nuggets steal game 1. They outscored them, it was like 16-3 to end the game, something like that. It was insane. I mean, that game, I thought was over. Foul, right? And OKC plays the foul game. And then there was the opening. Chet Holmgren misses the free throw. Let the opening. Man, I miss these playoffs. I'm watching. You got Leafs, crazy game, right, against Florida. NBA, man, NHL. We got a couple NHL games tonight. Playoffs, man. I miss our winter teams. But I'm happy because you're next to me. Get ready for a fun show. The next couple days, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, I got the bro. One James Lynch Jr. Good morning, bro.
What up? I am the trash man for the next 3 days.
All right, so when was the last time? By the way, we're brought to you by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. We love our TrueMark. Kelly Body, the CEO, go see her, and you'll love TrueMark. When was the last time we actually did a whole show together?
Filled in for VG, I think when he had one of his things done.
I don't remember that.
It was a little while ago.
It was like a year ago.
No, more recent than that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We actually did a show. I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I think
last
it was,
time you went on one of these trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think when he had something done, I was in.
Yeah, you did the whole show together? You and I?
Yeah.
Oh, his arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe 3 months ago, maybe, something like that. Anyway, it's always fun.
Oh, my God. I might just blank out.
Dude, kids just make time just disappear. Yeah,
We were complaining, right?
You're in the taxi cab dad phase of life. I'm starting to get there.
So we were just lamenting our lives, right? And Andrew is single, and he's getting scared because he's listening to us talk.
Yeah, you guys are freaking me out.
So, and it's not just us. So my man Boosh, right? Brian Boucher, who I love.
Boosh.
So I text Boosh to come on the show, right? Because he does a fabulous job on TNT.
He's tremendous.
He's so good as an analyst. It's amazing how good he is. Anyway, I go, dude, I need you tomorrow morning. He goes, we got to talk. Oh, we got playoffs. We got Flyers lottery.
This special place in Flyers hell where 2 ex-Flyers goaltenders are facing off against each other in the playoffs.
It's unbelievable.
Like that?
Yeah. Bob and Stoley the goalie. Are you kidding me? And so I go, dude, it's the 5 overtime.
Yeah.
The 5 overtime anniversary was the other day.
Yeah.
So he texts me, he's like, dude, I can't. He goes, I'm just coming back from the road because he did the Sunday night's game. Because I'm just coming back from the road. He said, I need, and we're moving. He goes,
sucks.
He goes, and my wife has my nuts in a vice. So
who amongst us?
Right. What married man nuts are not in a vice? Right? Like, and we were just commiserating.
She's just like us.
Right. And this is a big hockey analyst, goalie, right? Stud. And, he's just like us. And you and I were just talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you do this? And why didn't you do that? Yeah. And there's a list that goes from like A to Z.
And you know what? It was on my list yesterday all of a sudden because my wife knew when my passport expired. I didn't. And I don't have real ID, and I need a new passport because it expired yesterday. So she's like, you got to get your passport, because we might go see my cousin this summer in Chicago.
Right.
You got to fly. You don't have to real ID. And then it's like the dentist, and she hit me with like 3 things, like pow, pow, pow. And I was like, oh.
I hate that part of life more than anything.
Oh, I need a secretary, yeah.
I mean, the real ID. Why do you make it
such a scam.
More complicated?
It's ridiculous.
Why do we need more red tape?
It's ridiculous.
Red tape is the worst.
But then you can get into Canada and Mexico without a passport, Anthony. It's supposed to make it safer to fly in the sky, but come on. Give me a break. It's cash grab.
Just get a passport.
Cash grab. So I got to re-up my passport, and I was doing that. Yeah. My dumbass went to a third party that charged you $120 more.
Oh, she's the passport guys.
Yeah. And she's like, "You idiot! You're using the wrong side." You know. So.
Oh yeah, and then again, she's in you. She's at you. She's at your throat. What do you mean? What are you doing? Let's see. I don't know. I got 17 jobs. Right. I'm trying to do this.
Picking up the kids from school.
Right.
Doing this. Softball,
Baseball,
gymnastics, piano. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You
Never
guys.
ends.
Yeah. There you go. That's what you get to look forward to, huh?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that at
what I mean?
all.
You know, it's all beautiful. They sell you bill of goods. It's all beautiful.
So we feel you.
Sounds beautiful.
We feel you.
Yeah, it really is. But you got to blow up steam. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it. We love. Bro and I love being dads. Like,
Hey, I'm
it
here,
really
I'm
is the
here
best.
for it. I love listening to it.
Yeah, no. But every once in a while, you got to blow up some steam. You know, you got
of
arrows
course.
at you,
Yeah.
right? Like you walk in.
Yeah.
Like my wife was sick, and you know when she's sick, the house just. Right, like you know, especially with two boys
Oh yeah.
that are 15 and 12. Oh my
Can't imagine
God.
your grocery bill these days.
Yeah, like we took my uncle out for his 80th birthday last night, and so I had to go pick Anthony up at rowing because he rows in the spring, right? And my man is, I go, we got to go right from here to dinner to Uncle Bob. He, of course, falls in the lake. Fell into the lake.
Falls in the lake.
Well, they were pushing each other, and he went in the lake.
Guys being dudes.
Right, which I can't.
You can't fault him.
Right.
But he stinks like a lake now.
Right. And so then I get, why is he in the car with the wet clothes? Now my car's in the shop, right? So I'm driving her car, and she's like, "You got Mike. He stinks from the lake, and what
did you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? All right,
Put down a towel.
I didn't know the kid was going to be in the lake.
Yeah.
What do you want? Just leave me alone. I go to work all day today. All right, pick the other one up. Like stop. I got baseball coming out of my rear end. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I saw some new hot bat that hit the market that's apparently all
The
rage.
Icon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What is it, like $600?
No, but it's close.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and yes, Massimo has it. Yes. Daddy, I'll pay for it. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I had to buy softball stuff. Everything's a racket, dude. You need the face mask because you can't share anything anymore. Everybody's got to have a helmet. Everybody's got to have a mask,
know. We shared everything.
A bat, a bag.
The only thing that we didn't share was our gloves. Like we had a glove. That was it.
Dude, just to play in a 6-year-old softball league, it was like $400.
You
6-year-olds. These kids can't even catch and throw yet.
I know, dude. You got off cheap.
Who knows if they even like it?
Where do they go? He goes. I want these batting gloves. They're lightning. I forget the name of them.
Oh, I saw some at Dick's recently.
Yeah.
They were $125.
That's it.
Yeah.
Those are the ones.
Huh.
$125. So I see him the other day, and there's a hole in one of the fingers. Like I go, you got to be kidding me.
They're not like built for life with Kevlar at this point?
I mean, not for nothing, right? We've just started this season. I mean, we've been at it since the workouts and all. But you got to get me through a season with the gloves.
With that investment.
I mean, we're not even out of. It's early May.
Scam.
Early May.
Everything's a scam.
And there's a hole already.
Ridiculous.
Come on. I got 17 tournaments left. It's unbelievable. All right. Flyers get screwed. Do you remember?
Rigged. NHL is rigged.
Now you have a theory behind this.
Yeah.
It feels like it's rigged.
It does. And then the year that it goes in the Flyers' favor, you get Nolan Patrick who ends up busting out. And it's like classic Philly. So yesterday, did you see the news that the NHL All-Star Game in 2026 was getting canceled from the Islanders Arena, the UBS Arena out in Long Island, because they're going to the International Olympic schedule or performance.
I thought we were getting the All-Star Game.
I think it's, let me make sure, 2026, UBS Arena. So what happens? Look at the date on this letter from Governor Kathy, is it Hochul? Hochul? Whatever.
I don't know.
Who cares?
Read it.
All politicians are garbage. May 5th, 2025. To Mr. Gary Bettman. Dear Commissioner Bettman, I am writing to express my disappointment regarding the NHL's decision to cancel the 2026 All-Star Weekend at UBS Arena and replace it with a Winter Olympics kickoff event. This decision was made without consultation to the state of New York,
which has been a critical partner in supporting the facility of NHL's presence on Long Island, as well as the entire state. Through a public-private partnership with New York Arena Partners, New York State invested more than $100 million to build the first ever new Long Island Railroad station in nearly 50 years. Supporting UBS Arena is a world-class venue. We made the investment not only for the local community and the New York Islanders, but also in support of the league itself. We acted in good faith based on commitments that were publicly celebrated on the belief that this was a true public-private partnership. The cancellation of the 2026 All-Star Game, an event expected to bring millions in economic activity to the region, is deeply disappointing. While we understand the significance of the Winter Olympics, the conflict was foreseeable.
It's the Winter Olympics, man. Come on. Are you nuts?
I mean, she does have a point that it was foreseeable and could have been addressed through earlier coordination.
By the
This
way,
decision
is
overlooks
the
the
NHL
efforts.
All-Star Game bringing in millions?
Come on. You got to be kidding me.
I mean, not exactly the World Cup.
Therefore, we request that the NHL revisit this matter immediately. Given that Long Island's 2026 All-Star Game has been canceled, the NHL should bring a hockey event with equal or greater economic activity and cultural value
were
to
they
the
going
area.
to bring the four?
I guess. I think that's the new format. So that's kind of cool.
Actually,
Now, the kid.
actually, I misspoke it, but
Yeah.
what's it called again? It's the I loved it. I was all in.
The Four Nations?
Four Nations.
Four
yeah.
Nations,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love the Four Nations. Four Nations was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
New York.
Actually, she's got a point about that.
There's some validity to this, but come on. New York,
It's the
home of the
Olympics.
NHL franchises and league's headquarters, has always been and will continue to be a proud hockey state, and mutual respect is essential for any partnership. We are prepared to be constructive, but we also expect the NHL to honor its commitment to the people of New York. Now, allegedly, the number one pick is a Islanders fan from birth and from Long Island.
Schaefer?
Apparently,
The line-
that's what the
defenseman?
I watched the fly. I'm a Zamboner. The Flyers chat last night was giving me this information. We can confirm this with Bill Matz.
Yeah, Billy's going to join us later.
But a
I didn't know
Long
Schaefer
Island
was
kid,
Wow. I
the
didn't-
day that letter goes out, come on,
that's Fugazi. That's why the NBA, the NHL. You know.
Shady.
Yeah.
Shady.
Yeah. Now, maybe the NBA. Can we get it rigged in our favor?
Well, all right. So how I rationalized it last night while cooking dinner.
There's no way in the world that we got too many number ones. We've squandered too many opportunities.
I know, but there was no chance we were going to be successful in both lotteries. And I think the Sixers is more
Yeah, I would trade.
almost important.
I would trade 1 for 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So even I would trade
Because
top
by the
three
way,
for 6.
by the way, I mean Schaefer. I mean he's good.
Yeah, it's
right?
not like you're not missing
Even
a
Misa
Bedard.
like is good, but they're not. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like there's like Celebrini or whatever.
Yeah. So if you had to pick one, next
Right.
Monday's more important. So hopefully we get some good luck.
And the problem there is it's one or none.
Yeah.
None of them matter,
Top 3 I'm okay with. Harper's nasty.
dude.
And Ace Bailey's wingspan has me drooling with it.
Flag. It's all
yeah.
about Coop.
Oh, yeah.
Listen. Is there a world where we could dream where we got Cooper and Cooper?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, are you kidding me?
The Coops.
Coop.
Cooper, in the home of Cooper Sharp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Cooperdelphia.
exactly it. Cooper DeJean, Cooper Flag, Cooper Sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
That's 3 powerhouses right there.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We can't. Now, tell me it doesn't just make perfect sense.
It makes too much sense that it'll never
It
happen.
does. But it makes great sense.
And selfishly, for work purposes, Cooper Flag is a life raft. God, like that guy is going to bring just
First of all, I was saying this earlier,
power behind him.
but by the way, why is he leaving?
He can probably make more in college.
Yeah. You could definitely make more in
I mean,
college.
maybe he finds it easy.
Too early. Like you could own. Why don't you just own college? You'd be bigger. He would be bigger than Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, but you see like these Chetson guys coming in the league and having instant success now. Like it's
Who?
like Chet
Oh,
and like
yeah.
Ann Edward. Like, these young guys are coming in, they're like not intimidated anymore.
I swear, bro's a first name man.
Chet.
He is,
Like
yeah.
he's a first name guy.
Yeah.
I used to always tease him about that. Well, you know the guy
Chet.
because in journalism, you're supposed to use the last name.
Journalism.
Right. I know.
What's that?
Stupid.
The horse that lost?
Right. Exactly.
You think journalists are breaking down conspiracy theories about the governor of New York?
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
I got the freedom to work in the weirdo zone.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, we need Cooper Flag.
We don't. We definitely. How far? So let's just say you get a good pick or whatever, but not going to have the immediate impact. Next year, you got to hope you get through this year. You make a playoff run, and then next year's the year you're all in, right? Zvragin comes over, right? You get the goalie.
It's a great name.
Zvragin.
Yeah,
I know. I love it. So you have all that, and like next year's the year. How far are we from Roaring 20s? You remember I was talking about the Roaring 20s.
Yeah.
Now, like they're
back
here.
in the beginning of the process.
They're like here with the Eagles. Like the Eagles are,
they're the gold standard.
right. Like they're the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Phillies.
It's a very successful period of Phillies.
It is.
As much as it's frustrating, it is successful.
Sixers are a debacle, but if you get Flag, 4 for 4 lives. Because the Flyers are like arrow up.
Now, do you buy Kyle Neubeck's conspiracy theory that the trip overseas that the Sixers agreed to, I believe in Abu Dhabi or whatever, maybe some good leeway with the league there for Monday night? If you want to reverse conspiracy theory.
Well, listen, I got news for you.
Scratch your back, we'll scratch ours.
I mean, not nothing, but where Flag goes, I mean, go through the teams. Go through the lottery teams. All right, call it up and let's look for the perfect spot for the NBA for Flag. Not for us. Obviously, we want Flag, but let's look from the NBA standpoint. Where do you want to place Flag? All right?
All right, so you got Utah.
No.
Washington. No. Terrible organization.
The only thing about it, it's so bad. But
Philly's a way better market than DC.
Washington's on the come. They're going to get a new stadium, right?
So the top 3: Utah, Washington, Charlotte. Charlotte is player voted worst organization in the league.
You don't want anything to do with it. You don't want Cooper Flag in Charlotte.
No.
You'd rather him Duke.
Yeah,
down the street.
Number 4, New Orleans.
Nah,
you saw Zion kind of flop
but it's that's another bad franchise.
Philadelphia 5,
right?
Brooklyn 6. Yeah.
But that's another franchise that's just
there's no fans up there. They're all Knicks fans.
Exactly.
Toronto.
You don't want him overseas.
He doesn't want to pay the
and you don't want if you're an NBA.
Yeah,
you don't want him overseas.
He'll get all fat on maple syrup. We can't have that.
All right.
San Antonio.
I mean,
Pops the El Jefe
he's out.
now. He's El Jefe. Do you see his press conference? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was great.
He's got Manu and Tim walking him up.
I know.
And he goes, I'm El Jefe now.
Yeah.
And they got the Rookie of the Year. And they got Wemby. Like, they would be a
Nah,
powerhouse.
Oh, man. Wemby and Flag.
You can't have another team in the West. You also need the balance of power.
Yeah, you do.
All the teams in the West except for Boston.
Phoenix, Portland, Dallas, Chicago. I mean, you're getting down to less than 4% when you get to Phoenix.
Chicago.
But they're in like a state of purgatory, but that would be big. Flag.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, CHGO. Back off.
Chicago, could be bad.
Chicago's only 1.7%.
Yeah.
So
but here's my thing. I worry about, would they say, dude, how many ones are we going to give you?
I know.
Like the Sixers, in fact, I'm going to do this for tomorrow or Thursday. And this is the 100 mistakes of the Sixers.
I mean, watching Mikal Bridges hit that shot last night, I just went like, and like, look, I know it was a long time ago and things may have changed and he could have been traded, but I just went like, you've got to be kidding me.
Doesn't matter.
You've got to be kidding me.
That night,
the kid's mom works for the team.
You
draft him, and
dude, everybody
7 seconds later,
dude, everybody knew he was the perfect fit. I didn't know he would turn into
I didn't think he was going to be this
offensive
good.
player.
Yeah.
Like he's a terrific player, and not because he's Devon's cousin. We love him.
He's a 3-and-D perimeter guy.
A terrific player.
Yeah.
You needed a wing.
No.
You had no wings. Again, they were nothing but thighs, right? No wings.
Zaire.
Hey, that little Brett.
Zaire.
Watching him last night in that overtime, he dominated that overtime.
Dude. It was
That
tough.
steal to end the game.
Listen, Brett.
And look, I don't really roast Brett for that because there's no serious organization is going to have your coach step in as an interim GM at one of the most pivotal points. And I know the timing of it. It's ultimately Colangelo's fault. But, like, come on. It's one of the most pivotal off seasons of a decade of direction.
Yes.
And you do that?
Yeah. Horrible. Horrible.
Unbelievable, frankly.
Yeah. No, it's horrible.
I still want a 30 for 30 on Colangelo, that freak.
100 mistakes. 300 mistakes. Here's the problem.
Give me some Pabst Light while I'm watching that.
I mean, you don't even remember. There was a guy, Pat Williams.
Oh, yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Pat Williams,
Became
Andrew,
the president of the Magic.
was the GM of the Sixers, right? So he has him set up. He fleeced the Cavaliers, like over and over again. He fleeced teams. He was Howie Roseman on steroids, all right?
Oh, man.
So just so you know, in 1984, the 1984 draft, now the Sixers are the best team in basketball, all right? The 1984 draft, I mean, this is when the Sixers had Moses, Doc, they're like ridiculous. Andrew. They have the number 5 pick, the number 10 pick, and the number 22 pick.
That's insane.
Now again, they lost that year. They shouldn't have lost, but still, they were like a powerhouse.
This is 84 draft?
Yeah.
You want to really get tortured?
No, I know. Well, I can tell you who it was.
Oh, you got all three?
Well, number 5 was Barkley.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there was talk of this. He tried to trade all the picks for Jordan. Pat Williams tried to get Jordan. And he tried to move up again.
It's a good eye.
and by the way, Portland takes Sam Bowie, as you know. Right? Like, imagine passing up Mike for Sam Bowie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a guy named Mel Turpin. Turpin.
He went 6.
Yeah. Because it was between Barkley and Turpin. Anyway.
Good choice there with
right?
Barkley.
They get Barkley. Number 10 are like, we need a point guard for Mo Cheeks. So they take a guy from Cal State Fullerton.
Oh, yeah.
Leon Wood. Leon Wood turned out to be a great referee. He was an official. And then at 22nd, they take a guy named Tom Sewell, who was another step.
From Lamar.
Right. Are you kidding me? And so from that standpoint, from that day on, they wrecked the franchise. That's when they traded Moses and, they traded the number 1 pick. So again, the same trades yielded the number 1 pick in 1986. They were still a great team going to conference finals and then the number 1 pick again.
All right, here's the picks right after Leon Wood that could have altered our entire basketball existence. I would say, Kevin Willis at 11, the pick after,
Yeah.
pretty solid.
He played for 20 years.
Yeah, he's still probably jacked somewhere. Here's the one, 16. Do you know who went? A point
From
guard.
Gonzaga.
Yeah, point guard.
John Stockton.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
If you got Barkley and Stockton, two dream team
Barkley and
members.
Stockton. They don't take Stockton. These idiots. They take Leon Wood over John Stockton.
Yeah.
Idiots. How could you not see that?
That's it. The rest of the
Like, could you imagine?
The rest of the draft's
if
pretty
they-
weak.
From that on, that franchise has cursed us. They have made mistake after mistake after mistake. And when do I chronicle? I'm doing this for this week.
Oh, man.
All right?
So many mistakes.
Oh, we got Mike.
We do have Mike. He's here. He's ready to go.
I'm sorry. I got
You're all
my boy.
gassed up.
I'm sorry. My favorite. I love Sielski.
Yeah, and
Sielski's the
he's
best.
probably sitting here going, "Yeah, the stinking."
He's
Sixers.
shaking his head the whole time. He's like, you're so right.
I'm sorry, Mikey. Let me just do some commercials. And I love Sielski. He's my man. So Mike's going to join us coming up next. We'll get to all this stuff with Michael. Let's talk about Rothman Orthopedics. Listen, we talk about it all the time about, throwing. We got baseball, football, baskets, right? Like I'm coaching all. You want to run around. you want to do that stuff. You want to stay active. Well, this is where Rothman Orthopedics comes and helps us out. You're a weekend warrior. All right. You're trying to keep up with your kids like me. You know how tough it is when your body doesn't cooperate. And that's where Rothman Orthopedics comes in. So whether it's that kind of pain that comes from playing your favorite sport, an old injury, or just age catching up with you, Rothman is a team of experts that's here to help. They have evidence-based care. They have a mission to restore your mobility. They'll get you back on your feet and back to doing what you love to do. They have a team for every body part. All right? Like, a renowned team. Neck, back, shoulder, elbow, hand, knee, ankle. I mean, you name it, they got you covered. All right? Rothman Orthopedics. All right, don't let pain hold you back. Visit RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY to schedule your appointment today and get back to being your best self. Rothman Orthopedics, all right, we're getting you back to your game is their mission. All right, let's talk about PARX Casino. Oh, yeah, Street Road, Ben Salem. PARX Casino. All right, here we go. Fighting's back in action tonight. Wheels up in Tampa against Rasmussen. All right.
That's Steinbrenner Field, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be weird.
I'm looking forward to watching the game. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right, so it's a big series against the Rays. Fighting's playing good ball. All right, you can live bet it. All right, watch and wager on baseball, the golf tournament. All right, you got that coming up. You got all the playoffs tonight. Hockey, NBA. I hate to say it because I'm going to root Edmonton, but I think Vegas wins. Vegas is tough. All right. Live betting on the app better than, I'm telling you, it's really, really good stuff. And you got all kinds of player performances. You got all of it. So whether your team wins or not, there's always another way to win on the app, like the casino. All right. So you got live dealer blackjack, roulette. You got live dealer baccarat, craps. You got all the hot online slots. VG plays all those slots. What is it?
Blue Wizard.
Blue Wizard.
Artie the Armadillo.
Now, you want to tell me that the VG's not Blue Wizard up? You know that. All right. Artie the Aardvark. Right?
Aardvark, yeah.
All the shows, all that stuff's cool. So new customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back. If you're down the first 24 hours, you got to be in PA. BetParx.com has all the details. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. And now joining us, my main man, one of the great voices in town, great writer. I love it.
He just did a really cool event with our own ZB, Bricks and Brew.
Yes.
Yeah, the Doylestown.
Yeah,
I saw that.
It's my man, Mike Sielski. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Sorry, buddy. I forgot you were there.
Dude, I was in a good mood this morning until you guys started talking about Leon Wood. Jesus.
Dude, not for nothing, right? How do you freaking pass up John Stockton for Leon Wood? What kind of idiot goes and drafts Leon Wood?
Can you imagine, think of the career John Stockton had playing alongside Karl Malone.
Oh.
Charles Barkley was better than Karl Malone.
Yes!
Imagine the two of them together.
How do you miss it? Listen, Leon Wood, not like Leon Wood was at Kentucky. He was at Cal State Fullerton, right? So you had Leon Wood and you have John Stockton, who, again, we were very little, so I'm not telling you I was breaking down tape at 8 years or whatever, I was 10, 12 years old.
Yes, you were.
Nothing. How hard could it have been to see how good Stockton was?
Dude, if Stockton had been here, kids in the Philadelphia area would still be wearing their shorts way too short.
Yes. Think about the legions of mistakes. Legions. One mistake after another. That franchise. And now all of our hopes are all about ping pong balls. Every hope in this franchise boils down to whether or not they get the number one pick. Because let's face it, I had to talk yesterday with Devon. Mike, you almost got to trade Embiid. If the Lakers want to take him off your hand, I don't know what else you do. It's your only chance to kind of get out of that contract.
Yeah, I listened to that conversation that you two guys had yesterday, and You know, I have to be honest, there was a part of me where it made a ton of sense because the Lakers are one of the few franchises in the league that would be willing to do something as wild and crazy as trading for Joel Embiid, right? But given LeBron is there, given everybody presumes how short Luka's career is going to be because he's on the same training regimen that Joel is. So, maybe they take a shot at it and they make it work. I hadn't thought about it that deeply until you and Devon were talking about it yesterday, but I was intrigued.
I mean, listen, I don't want it. I don't want to do it because if I do it, it means it's over and it's done and there's no hope. But I don't think there's any hope anyway. Like, you're like betting on Padre Pio right now that he's going to come down and like miraculously heal a guy.
I was thinking about this last night too, watching the end of that Knicks Celtics game. You and Jamie referenced the end of it. That play by McHale at the end of that game. Like, is that not the most Jay Wright era of Villanova play you have ever seen, where with 3 seconds left, he just takes the ball away from Jaylen Brown to seal the game, like is exactly where he needs to be, does exactly what he needs to do, is tougher in that moment than Jaylen Brown. And yeah, like you can tank like the Sixers tanked, and you can do what the Flyers are doing too, and maybe the numbers work out and you play the odds and all that. But at some level, it just comes down to being able to recognize certain guys can play and certain guys can't. And Mikal Bridges can play, and the Sixers had him, and Mike, they said goodbye.
To your point, like the missed bunny that Brunson hits at the end of regulation, the pull away crossover that Brunson has in Game 6 to close out the last series, they just always make the right play, and they played in the building. You had to recognize between Dante, Mikal, Jalen, all these guys, they played the game the right way, and there's a lot to that.
Yeah, look, NBA scouts look at everybody around the world. They do. So if Villanova's playing in the Wells Fargo Center, does that give the Sixers a little bit of an advantage of scouting those guys? Sure. But the bottom line is they didn't take any of those guys.
I know.
Like, that's the thing, right? It would be one thing if they ended up with Bridges or DiVincenzo. They didn't take any of them.
You know how ridiculously stupid they are? All right? At one point, I think you probably could have had Jay Wright, right? Not toward the end, obviously not in the end. But
but at like 09, right, when Stefanski's there.
Exactly. At one point, before the whole thing, Jay's probably gettable. I know, listen, I can tell you that he had no interest in the NBA from Simmons on, all right? Mm-hmm. But before that, if you back up the truck, and now you see what kind of coach the guy is, right? Like you go, oh my God, this guy's a freaking unbelievable basketball coach. Like we all knew it. Everybody knew what kind of level of coach he is. How could these dudes not see that and not go, hey, Jay, what's it take, dude? Be president of the franchise and be the coach. Come be Pat Riley.
Yeah. Look, you and I have talked about this, cuz like we were both pro process, and there was a lot to be said. And I still think there was a lot to be said for what Sam Hinkie was going to try to do and the idea of kind of breaking out of what the Sixers had been for a long time. But once he left, man, it's just one awful, bad decision after another. I don't know. Like some franchises just can't get out of their own way. And I think the Sixers are one of them. Like if you look at the history of that franchise, we like to talk up the great tradition of the Sixers. The tradition really ain't that great, man. It was one 10-year period there with Doc from beginning to end. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's 0-1 with Allen. It's, enjoying Charles while he was here and turning that 1990 division winning team into something it really wasn't, because it was going up against the bad boy Pistons and the Jordan Bulls. Like the history is really empty. And I wonder if we like
Wilt. Why did Wilt leave?
Right.
Like the best player on the planet.
Yeah.
Just like, who's from here went, nah, I'm out of this joint.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's one of those great mysteries, I think, of sports is like, why can't this franchise in this city get it right?
Oh, all right. What about the conspiracy theory last night, NHL? All right. Bro had the reading of the letter from the governor. All right. So the island loses out on 4 nations because of the Olympics. Now you have the All-Star game being taken from the island. We know that they have 3 franchises, the Islanders, the Sabres, and the Rangers in the state of New York. And then poof, magically, the island is awarded the number 1 pick. How do we not go there?
I mean, this league is a mystery wrapped in an enigma inside a riddle, right? Like the line from JFK. Look, it's fun to talk about. I love it. Here's the thing, though, and if you think about it from like a logical business standpoint, it would make so much more sense for the NHL to engage in a conspiracy to get the Flyers the number 1 pick. And I wrote about this for today. Like, I'm sure you guys both watched that Game 7 between the Jets and the Blues the other night, right? It was freaking amazing. Okay. The most revealing moment to me of that entire game, on TNT, they cut to a shot of a woman in the stands who's a Jets fan, middle-aged woman, clearly is from Manitoba. And like, she's on the verge of tears because the Jets are down 2 goals with about 2 minutes to go. That's the smallest market team in the sport. Philadelphia has thousands of people like that woman. And it's one of the biggest markets in the NHL. The NHL is better when the Flyers are good because they become a villain and they get that market back to a place of prominence in the league and in the sport, and it becomes a talking point. So if you're the NHL, unless you're completely incompetent, you're going to conspire to make the Flyers end up with the number 1 pick because the league will be better if the Flyers are better.
Yeah, no, your point. You're right. Your point is definitely
it's fun
right.
to talk about, though. It is. Like it is
the same day. It's just and the island.
Yeah,
and
the fact that they drop.
That's been bad forever.
Right, and the fact that the Flyers drop too. Right, they go from 4 to 6 and make it that much harder. You know, it's just perfect for this franchise. Right, like they get a draft where that's deep with centers. They need a center, and now they're on the fringe of the draft to where they might not get one of those centers that they really covet. So, you know, it's typical Philadelphia, I guess.
I know. Although the good thing is it wasn't a draft where you had, franchise players. There was
right.
no, there was no Celebrini. There was no McKinnon. There was nobody like that. So from that standpoint, I'll take it. The Flyers. You saw that game. You referenced the Winnipeg game and that moment. That's what I miss.
Yeah.
I miss that moment. I was thinking, and you'll appreciate this. Do you remember when the Flyers, the year was like in the 80s, and the Flyers would measure the curve of the stick?
Yes.
And if the curvature was too much, right, you get a 2-minute penalty. And then the Flyers, they had a net at the end of the game, like with like 2 minutes left or whatever. And if you were wrong, you got assessed a penalty. But the Flyers, we're going to check the stick, Gene Hart would say.
Yep.
And here it is, it's illegal. Flyers go on the power play. Like, I missed that. And watching him score with the goalie out, 2 goals, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for that.
It's funny we're talking about this, and I was at Haddonfield High School yesterday morning talking to a couple of English classes.
No way.
And yeah, and one of the kids asked me, what's your favorite sport to cover? And I said, I don't really have a favorite sport. I said, but I have a favorite event. I said, it's the reason that I silently root for the Flyers to get good again is that I want to cover the NHL playoffs again. I don't need them to win the Stanley Cup. I just want to be back in that atmosphere. Being inside an NHL arena for a playoff game is like being inside a pot of boiling water. And when the home team scores like the Jets did in those situations, the freaking lid blows off the pot. And you're right. I miss that. I miss that environment. I miss JJ Daigneault scoring with 5 minutes to go, and Primo tying the game in 2004 in Game 6 against Tampa. Not because I'm a Flyers fan, but just because there's no better environment in sports, and I would like to be able to experience it again.
Did you just catch what he said? Did you catch the brilliance of what he just said?
The boiling water? Yeah.
That being inside that building is like being inside a pot of boiling water. That is a use of words.
Man, damn
it's
right.
an elite use of words.
And that Primo goal is one of, like, I was a senior in high school, one of the most memorable cafeteria table, like, core sports memories I have, because this was pre-internet, pre-social media. Like, you either stayed up and watched it, or your dad told you about it in the morning, or whatever, and the entire cafeteria was talking about that game, that moment. And guess what? Most people weren't like diehard Flyers fans. You know what I mean? Like, that moment was like, that's like the core Flyers memory for me.
Yeah, you're 100% right about that, Jamie. I remember exactly where I was when Primo scored that overtime goal against the Penguins. I remember covering the game Game 6 against Tampa in 2004 that he tied late in the game, and then Gagne won the game in overtime. And that, to me, is why Matvei Mishkov is so important, not just to the Flyers, but to the landscape of Philadelphia sports. He has a chance to be the kind of athlete who puts the Flyers back in like the water cooler conversation back when we used to have water coolers and go to the office.
Yeah.
Like, hey, did you see this kid last night? I'd never heard of him before, but he scored 3 goals for the Flyers. And the second one he scored, he put the puck between his legs or something like that. He can be what Lindros was back in the day, and the franchise needs that.
And by the way, not a finalist for Rookie of the Year?
That's stupid.
Like,
I mean,
what are we doing?
I know, that's stupid. I don't even understand that. I mean, you watch the kid play.
What are we doing here?
I mean, you watch this kid play, and he just takes over games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have thought he would have been a finalist. The goalie in Calgary is really freaking good, and the defenseman with the Canadians is really good.
Yeah,
I would have thought he would have been it's a coin flip between him and Celebrini, I guess, the kid in San Jose. But I would have thought he'd have been a finalist.
All right, let's switch gears to Phil's. Where are you at right now when you look at him? Like, it's funny because, we know they're good, but a couple of the issues, can you overcome those issues with just a deadline or two deal? And the issues are bullpen and outfield, right-handed bat.
I don't know. And because Dave Murphy at the Inquirer, my buddy and colleague, your friend, pointed this out last week in a really good column. Like, because there's so much parity in Major League Baseball, at least right now, a lot of teams are going to think like they can compete for the wild card spot. So they're probably going to be a little more reluctant to give up the kind of things that the Phillies would need to get themselves over the top or to address those weaknesses you're talking about. So, look, a Major League Baseball team in May is never the same Major League Baseball team in September and October. So can you do it with a deadline deal? I don't know. I think you may have to think about, okay, Justin Crawford in the outfield. You may have to think about, we bring up Andrew Painter and we hope Ranger Suarez gets right. And we see what we can do mixing and matching and starter depth and all of that. I don't know. I don't know if they can address what they want to address at the trade deadline right now, because the landscape is a little bit different, at least right now, from what everybody thought it was going to be. Like, the Oakland A's are around 500. Like, what are we talking about here?
No, and they're actually, that lineup's actually pretty good.
So, Mike, you brought him up, Painter. He's pitching Thursday night in Lehigh Valley. Part of me wants to take the girls, go up there and see it. Screw bedtime. Screw you being tired on Friday. What do you think our timeline is here in Lehigh Valley? We looking at 6 weeks max? What do you kind of think with the Painter timeline?
I from everything that I'm reading and from the people who are around the team a lot have told me, Scott Lauber and I talked about this the other day. I think they're still looking at July. He's going to throw 60 to 65 pitches Thursday night. They are being really cautious about this, but at the same time, incredibly optimistic about who this kid can be. Don't look at the numbers at Clearwater. Watch the way he throws. This kid is absolutely the real deal. So I think they're going to take their time. And That's okay. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to rush him. Like, the kid's had arm issues already, but I think you're looking at probably mid-July.
I can't wait for this kid.
All right.
He's going to be a shot of adrenaline to this season.
I think they need him. I think they need youth.
Yeah.
I wish that a young everyday player, like, I mean, Otto is a great
his
story.
chase rate
but
is the highest in the minor leagues.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
yeah.
not like the fit they
I don't
need.
know if you guys saw this. It was on Twitter X the other day. Apparently, and I might be wrong about this, the Phillies are the only team in Major League Baseball that so far this season hasn't used a player who is making his Major League debut.
Wow.
Which speaks to your point about like needing that youth, needing a little injection
I
of
wish
something
it was an
new.
everyday player, because the everyday player, there's something about. Listen, when you covered baseball, like there's something about the young phenom comes in and everybody just, it just makes everybody gives energy.
I mean, go back, right? Like the Dodgers in '81 with Fernando.
Yeah.
Even the '93 Phillies with Kevin Stocker plugging him in at shortstop. Like, okay, we got this young kid who just solidifies the infield and keeps his mouth shut and just, plays good defense and turned out to hit 325 or whatever he hit. You're right. Like, you need a little injection of something like that because, we talk often about a baseball team or season getting stale, and that can happen to a team. So, okay, let's see what one of these kids can do, whether it's Painter or Crawford or, I don't know, run Weston Wilson out there every other day and see what he can do.
All right, this is probably unpopular, but I need to throw this at you guys. You know how there are athletes that are just supreme winners, all right? That just do everything right. And some of them don't translate into front office, like Jordan.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, not really. They were decent, but you never really got them, right? Like, you go around the list. There's one guy who I think is the ultimate superhuman winner, and it's Brady. And Brady yesterday hired Anthony Patch. Anthony Patch, and you know who he is, Mike, is he's been with the Eagles for over 20 years. Ant is a really sharp front office guy. And when I saw that, I was like,
he shuddered.
Brady. Like, Brady, mark my words, will win with the Raiders. At some point, I believe with all my heart that Tom Brady is just that great at everything and driven to win that he'll do it. And it's just that little thing, like plucking a very important piece out of the Eagles front office, that leads me to this theory.
I don't know, cuz. I don't know. It would really be bucking the trend that you accurately laid out about how the greatest of the greats really struggle to have that greatness translate when they have to make decisions for an entire organization. Now, you're right. That's a great move by the Raiders. That's a loss for the Eagles. Totally get it. Totally agree. But I need to see a little bit more of this from Brady because, who was a better winner than Michael Jordan? Who was more competitive and cutthroat? And that dude couldn't run an NBA franchise to save his life. I mean, come on. I mean, they were an absolute joke. Larry Bird was, he got the Pacers to the finals as a kind of a figurehead head coach. But you don't often see the best of the best become the best of the best in a different role in the same sport. So I need to wait on Brady a bit.
You're right. But here's the difference. Like is Mike putting in the real work to become a president of the GM?
He's sport fishing out in the Caribbean.
Right. Like Mike is an action junkie.
Smoking cigars.
Right? Like, Mike's all about the action. Yeah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's only one maniacal person out
that eats avocado ice cream and starves
who's got the discipline,
has jaw surgery.
All right, listen,
hair transplants.
My man, but let's face it, he became, I think, an excellent broadcaster.
He got better.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He got
better. He did not
No.
become an excellent broadcaster.
I don't think he's excellent, but he got better.
You don't think he got good? I love him.
No, I don't think he's good. I really don't think he's
Really?
good.
Next to Romo, who's awful.
Well, Romo's terrible.
Right.
Romo's terrible. I mean, come on, Jim. No, awful. And if Brady
That was a
said,
good come on, Jim,
wow,
Mike.
wow, once during Super Bowl 59, he said it 3,000 times.
Okay.
Like,
Agree.
come on. Not good. Not good.
Okay. All right.
I do think he got better from beginning to end.
I like him. I think he
could hardly get worse, Jamie. He couldn't have gotten worse.
See, I think he gives insight. I mean, who do you like as an analyst?
I mean, I still love Aikman. I'm trying to think now. I like Greg Olson.
Collinsworth.
Yeah, I'm tired of Collinsworth. I'm tired
he
of
kind of makes your skin crawl a little bit.
Yeah.
And I love Troy. Like, I'm a Troy guy. But let's face it, Troy gets excited when he's talking about wrestling. Like, Troy like, is great. Brady knows the game. Like, if you actually listen to Brady, forget how he may put the words, but listen to what listen to him from what he sees. Like, I think he sees at a different level, man. I think this dude is soul to soul to be great and everything. And he's going to live forever.
Oh, well, he is. Just a little digression. Like, how weird was the Patriots organization for 25 years to have Bill Belichick and Tom Brady at the top of it? I mean, yes, they were, and I'm sure their weirdness contributed to them being the best coach and the best quarterback in league history. But come on, those are some strange dudes right there running the show for 20 years.
I mean, what do you make of every story that comes out about Belichick's girlfriend? Like go back, step away for 1 second.
This is elder
right?
abuse.
He's how old again?
72
Three.
or 73?
73.
Yeah.
73. All right.
Yeah.
73 years old. And he's on the beach doing yoga with
the
this
mermaid
girl.
Picture.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like
he's Patrick Swayze and she's Jennifer Grey.
you're
Yeah.
right. Exactly. Like, how utterly whack must you be at 73 years old? Like, most people go, listen, I didn't have the friggin' energy to do that, right? Like, but he not only is loving it, but he's like, yeah, just take all the control of my entire life, my entire reputation, right? My legacy. And he just went here to some girl off a college campus.
And the other thing too, and is that he's got this like coterie of followers, right? The Mike Lombardis and all the people he brought with him to UNC. And it's kind of strange to me. Just imagine, I wrote this the other day, just imagine if the Eagles had followed through in their interest on him in 2024. Imagine us in Philadelphia dealing with this every single day.
Oh my God, the girl walking around with the headset at practice.
Telling Big Dom to back off. I got this.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, Mike. That would be a nightmare.
She'd be calling into every show on the radio, on this.
Oh.
I mean, come on. It would have been wonderful, like, to be a part of, but totally crazy.
Oh my God. You're right. When you think about the lunacy that was in New England, and it was all hidden in this weird, bizarre
pervert vortex.
That's great.
That's
great.
Unbelievable.
That the whole thing, if it had happened here, what is it with these people running these it would have put burner accounts and big collars to shame.
Yes.
To shame.
Yes. Completely insane.
Why is everyone who runs these teams so freaking weird? Like, what is going on?
So I was trying to figure, like, come on, Daryl Morey. All right, you think he's a normal dude? Like, is there anything normal about the eel? All right, like, let me have Grok fill out my roster. Listen, I get it, right? And someday,
did not expect a Grok joke out of you today.
Right? No. Someday Grok will run everything, and it makes, it'll make doctors obsolete and everything else, right? But
I for one day, Ant, welcome when our robot overlords will raise the Stanley Cup, in 2035.
Oh, this world's messed up. Oh, it's just messed up.
It's hard to be just a normie, guys. It really is hard just to be a normie in today's day and age.
It's unbelievable. Whole world's it's insane, on fire. Any news on any book update?
Yeah, I'm going to LA next week. I got some interviews set up. I got another research trip set up. Got a couple interviews so in LA, I'm going to talk to. I think I mentioned this to you before. I'm talking to the trainer who Burgess Meredith worked with, the LA boxing trainer who Burgess Meredith worked with during the filming of Rocky, was a very famous trainer. He was murdered the following year after the filming of Rocky was finished, and his murder remains unsolved to this day. Wow. So I'm talking to his daughter. I'm talking to Jimmy Gambina, who is the guy who trained Stallone and played Mickey's assistant Mike in the movie.
Mike. Oh, Mike
yeah,
was awesome.
You're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him. That guy. And I'm going to the library of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences to go through archives. So I got all that coming.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I got a Rocky trivia question for you.
Oh, this is terrible. If I don't get it right, I'm
well,
my whole project is
so
suspect.
Obscure that you're not gonna. But I don't know if this guy's alive, but there's an actor who was in. You ever seen the movie Mean Streets? Scorsese.
Not in a long time. Yeah, I know of it.
Early De Niro, early Scorsese. Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel, right.
Right? It's one of my favorite movies. Well, there's a scene in Mean Streets where they get into a brawl at a pool hall, right? Mm-hmm. They go see this guy because the guy, he had to hit the number, he wouldn't pay him, all right? And so they go in to the pool hall and they get into this big fight. In fact, the guy, De Niro goes, "This is a $20 Dobbs hat." And the guy I'm talking to goes, "These are $2 sneakers." And the next thing you know, they get into a big fight. And there's a big scene.
They're rumbling, yeah.
Right? You remember De Niro's on a pool table, he's whacking with cues. That guy, he's like a heavyset dude, is in Rocky.
Really?
Yes. That guy is in the scene where if I say it, 10 minutes, $10.
Oh God, he runs the ice rink.
Yes.
He runs the ice rink. That's I never made that connection.
Yes. 10 minutes. Hey, how about $8? Come on, it's Thanksgiving.
I love that scene. I love that Rocky's a cheapskate. I love that they filmed it because they couldn't afford to have extras in the scene, so they had to do it, with just Sly and Talia Shire. It's great. It's one of the many things I love about that movie.
Isn't that scene? It's such a great scene. It's just perfect. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Southpaw, South Jersey.
I couldn't sing a dance. It actually was a brilliant. And these two who are misfits in society that have the same thing are connected. It's just beautiful, man.
It's beautiful. Rocky, one of the great things about Rocky is one of the great things about the movie Jaws, which obviously came out the year before, right? In Jaws, they couldn't get the mechanical shark to work. Yes. So it goes the first hour of the movie and you don't see the shark, and it leads to the movie being better because it builds up the suspense. Yes. What is this thing going to look like? Rocky's the same way. The budget was $1 million. If they had spent more money on that movie, it wouldn't have been as good because the limits on the money forced them to get creative.
Yes.
And it led to the movie being better.
Yes, you're spot on. Brilliant. You got to see if that actor's still alive.
I'll find him.
All right?
I'll find him.
Because
cool.
He's a character. Like, I can't find him in any other movie. But in those movies, and he was great. Like, and he had the Philadelphia thing down.
He did.
Like,
10 minutes, $10.
He
awesome.
felt like he ran the ice rink. Thanksgiving.
The whole movie does. That's one of the genius things about it. Like, Stallone captured Philly so well.
Yeah, it really did. It was the ugly part of our city, which is charming.
Mm-hmm.
The underbelly, like being at the
Yeah.
docks. Like one of the great Philadelphia scenes is where he's like, I'll wrap my thumb. Guys, I don't need to know. Take the coat. And then you should have planned ahead. Like it was, but the scene, it was ugly, right? Like I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it's
like we all been to Delaware Avenue and seen that.
Yeah, it's an industrial wasteland, right? Like that's part of what it adds to the underdog nature of the character. It's not only that he's getting a shot at the heavyweight championship, it's that he's coming out of this wasteland to get the shot, right? That just adds to the drama and the texture of the film.
It does. And the brilliance of how he came up with this concept, and they're going through the contenders, right? And they're going through it all. That's freaking awesome. Like that, going through the contenders, and he's like, Mackley Green or whatever, gained 50 pounds and moved to gym, whatever. And, and then he's like, I got it. The Italian Stallion. Like
sounds like a damn monster movie.
Yes, yeah, we're gonna give a shot on the nation's great. Like it's just brilliant, Yeah, brilliant, Jurgens. No, it's very smart.
Very smart.
Yeah,
very smart. Last week when I went to Austin to go through archives at the University of Texas, I saw earlier versions of the script. I think I told you this.
Yes,
like the Apollo character was much edgier. The script itself was much edgier. So that was kind of interesting to see how they kind of softened it a little bit. And I think
you mentioned the racial overtones, which you could completely see back then, for sure. I mean, the whole boxing was race baiting. I mean,
right.
And everything. Like I remember Don King talking to Don King about it, like about the idea of Jerry Cooney and
Great White Hope,
dying to get a white guy like. So they could play the race card, and they used to do it with the Latino fighters, and it was always a big deal.
Yeah, there was a whole scene that they took out of the movie in which Gazzo talks to Rocky about how he has to stand up for the Italian race. He doesn't use that language,
right?
But it's there explicitly in the script, and they took it out.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love this. I love living it with you, buddy. It's the best, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
we love
it.
you, brother. Be safe, all right?
All right. Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Jamie.
See you,
the
Mike.
great Mike Sielski.
It was fun.
I love his project. I love that project. I love talking about it. You have the actor's name, Andrew?
Yeah. George Mimoli. Mimoli, I guess is how you pronounce it. He's been in a bunch of movies. The Farmer, Hello, Larry. He was in St. Ives, New York, Mean Streets, Hustle. He was in a good amount of movies here.
Okay. Yeah, he was with that scene where he's like, 10 minutes, $10.
Blue collar, hot potato.
All right, we got steaks coming up. Talk a little fights. But first, let's take care of some business. Let's talk about some of our friends like
Empire Today. If you're like me, you hate going to a big box store. Why? Because one, you can't find somebody to help you. Two, you get overwhelmed with all the stuff when you do find what you're looking for. And three, you just don't like going out shopping. That's why Empire Today, with their shop-at-home convenience, is just awesome. They'll come to your house with their virtual floor designer and their flooring experts who aren't going to overwhelm you. They're going to listen to you, hear what you're looking for and want, and tell you stuff they would put in their own home. And with their virtual floor designer, you'll see what it looks like in your house with your furniture, your coloring scheme, and all of that. And you'll just know exactly what it's going to look like in your home. And with Empire Today, you get clear, upfront, and all-inclusive pricing. Plus, you can schedule installation as soon as the next day. So if you're also impatient, Empire Today will take care of that for you as well. So schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. PHLY listeners can get a $350 off discount when you use the promo code PHLY. Yes, you heard that right. $350 off with code PHLY. Restrictions apply. Visit EmpireToday.com/PHLY
for more details.
Empire. I like it. All right. Let's talk about PARX Casino. How about this? PARX Casino, our casino of choice. Huge announcement. Bill Murray. Did you notice?
Mm-hmm. I heard yesterday in the other room. I was like, I didn't hear that right.
Well,
did I?
Bill Murray
He's
is
like one of
coming
my
to PARX.
Probably like 3 or 4 like
Goats?
would get dinner with, like, if you know that question of like, what celebrity would you want to like go out for a night?
So he's one of those.
He's probably at the table with Barkley and like maybe another 1 or 2. Yeah. Bill Murray's up there.
So you go Murray, Barkley.
We're having a good time.
Which Barkley?
Charles.
Charles. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you do Saquon?
Well, Saquon.
Saquon.
Me and Saquon wouldn't jive like me and Charles would jive.
Well, Charles is, Charles
is the best.
There's nobody like Charles.
You imagine Barkley and Murray together?
Yeah.
That's a good time.
I mean, not for nothing. They were Space Jam is like, you throw Mike in there.
Oh, he's coming to PARX?
Yeah, he's coming to PARX.
Harmonica guy. He's playing the harmonica.
Think about the next 2. All right, your other 2. Or I'll ask Stakes that question. I'll ask Stakes who would be his. I wonder if he goes all baseball. PARX Casino, here it is. So Bill Murray, yes, that Bill Murray. One show only, Saturday, November 15th, 8 o'clock at PARX Casino.
That's awesome.
He's playing like he's in a band, right? Like he's a music guy. He's going to join the Blood Brothers.
That's awesome.
Mike Zito and Albert Castiglia. It's a thrilling night of blues rock and roll. All right. So you can get it's called the Blood Brothers. They've been doing it 45 years of experience. All right. They've won awards for Blues Rock Album of the Year, you name it, and they got Bill Murray. So make sure, one show only, Saturday, November 15th, 8 o'clock. All right, PARX Casino, this is how you win. Tickets on sale right now for these shows as well. June 6th, Taj Mahal, Kev Mo.
A bang, 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 bang. A vamonos, vamonos.
What an idiot.
July 3rd, Gary Clark Jr.
I love Gary
Here
Clark.
come old flat top, he come grooving up slowly.
I've seen Gary Clark 2 or 3 times. He's amazing.
I thought he was a receiver for the Redskins.
No, he's one of the best guitarists in the world.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he slays. Yeah.
So when they were the Redskins, they had these receivers.
Yeah.
And they were called the Smurfs.
Yeah. Who was that? That wasn't the Art Monk era, was
yes.
it? It was? Yeah, okay.
Monk and Gary Clark.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. July 18th, KC, the Sunshine Band.
Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down tonight, baby.
He's a show. Yesterday we were talking about showmen, right?
Yeah.
Like being like famous. And I was like, a lot of people become in the media, they want to be famous. Like they just love to be famous. They just want to be famous. And I go, I'll be honest with you, I'm a sports nerd, right? Like I got into this stuff just to be sport. And quite frankly, I'm a creative. The only thing I want is money so I can create.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't want to be famous.
You want money to fuel your passion project.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like I'm dying to do this piece about Philadelphia in the 70s. Oh God. I want to do it. I see it. I can see it. I've seen it a million times in my head. Anyway, so Andrew goes, oh, I'm like you. I just want to. I go, get the hell out of here. A, you're not a sportsman. And B, all you want to be is famous. And he's good. Like, he is you can see him.
Yeah.
At some point, you'll be on stage somewhere doing something.
I hope.
You know? You'll get discovered. UB40, September 6th.
Red wine.
Like, he's got to go, like, you got to do that.
You got to give it, you know?
You're right. Like,
At least he can miss.
like, he's got to do that stuff. Comedian Brian Regan, November 22nd. Comedian Russell Peters, September 27th. PARXCasino.com to buy tickets for all shows. PARX Casino. This is how you win. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800.
I think I got my third. Bill Burr. Me, Bill Burr, Bill Murray, and Charles Barkley. We're going to have
Bill Burr.
Yeah, a great steak dinner and an incredible night out.
All right. Barkley, Burr, Murray.
Yeah.
That's the bros.
That's strong.
All right. I like it. All right, let me see what Stakes has. All right. Stakes, good morning. Stakey, you're muted, Stakes.
Is this thing on? It's either us or him.
He's got the look. He's
I gave him the
perplexed.
prompt on mute. There he goes.
Here you go.
All right.
There we
Hey,
go.
what's up, Jim?
What's up,
Sorry
States?
about that.
What do you say,
Sorry
my
about
boy?
that. How you doing?
All right. You got, who's your night out at, what was it, Shula's Steakhouse? The Phillies are in Tampa. And everybody loved Shula's Steakhouse.
No. Burns.
I'm
Burns,
sorry.
yes, I've been there.
Yeah,
with
Burns.
the dessert room up top.
Burns.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, Burns. That's right.
Yep.
I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong, but like, I wanted to go drink and party.
So what's the question?
All right, so you got a table at Burns. All right,
Yeah.
it's you and 3 of your people that you just want to hang with. All right, so the bro goes Bill Murray, Barkley, and Bill Burr.
Now I did People Alive. I wasn't going back to like Genghis Khan and like.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like make it contemporary. So,
So I
you
can't
got,
say like
Steaks?
I can't say Babe Ruth and Jackie Robinson.
No.
How about Charles Barkley? He's funny.
See, Barkley's the best.
Who else?
Wow, I'm surprised. I figured you would have many people.
How about Tommy Lee Jones?
Ooh,
that's a
Tommy
good one.
Lee Jones. That's a good one, man.
He was the roommate of Al Gore, right, at Arkansas? Is that right?
No, at Harvard.
Harvard. Okay.
Wow, that's good Tommy Lee Jones knowledge.
Yeah.
Tommy
He
Lee
was-
Jones. Why don't you pick me up a chocolate donut with some of them sprinkles?
Who else?
You know, I know
Tommy
what I'm
Lee
talking about.
Jones.
How about
No.
Fugitive.
Is that Fugitive?
Come on, man.
how about Bobby Flay? I like Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay. Wow. What a three.
I mean, you go Barkley, Tommy Lee Jones, and Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
Wow, not no baseball guys.
No, I'm sick of them.
Wow.
Jackie Robinson would have been an awesome one if you do like everyone.
Yeah, of course, but you're going to keep it now. He goes, Bobby Flay. He's a food guy. We talked about this last week. He's it. But Tommy Lee Jones threw me for a loop.
That's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I love Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive. I love that guy. He's best.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
He was a lineman at Harvard. He played in that famous tie
Tommy
game.
Lee Jones
against-
was a lineman.
Yeah, if you
What was
can
the
find
line?
this.
180 pounds.
So yeah, I mean, it would. I think it was 68. It was a famous game against Yale. It was like I want to say a 10-10 tie, and I have my details a little mixed up here, but it's like Harvard would never beat Yale, I think. And in New England, they call it the game, capital T, capital G, and the headline in the Globe was something like Harvard beats Yale 10-10 because they would never. I think I might have my details wrong, but anyway, you can probably find on YouTube. There's like a PBS documentary on that game from.
Bro just brought it up. He looks like
I
guess
think
what?
it's
He looks like a
60.
football player.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee.
He's got a mean jawline.
He's interviewed. It's this classic. You would love it, Anthony. It's very. I wish I had my details straight. I wish you know we're going to go down this road, but really fascinating stuff. But he was a football player at Harvard. Tommy Lee Jones.
Wow. Well, are you
Tom Jones.
Are you a
Hale
big,
Harvard or Harvard Yale in '68?
Do you have it?
I think I found it. I don't know the
Was it
details.
10-10?
Of
send it
it,
to
but-
Andrew.
I'll send it to Andrew.
Send it to Andrew. That's
Do you-
cool.
I don't have the details of the game. I just found the YouTube footage of
Wow,
the
he
game.
looks good though.
Oh, he looks like a dude there.
He does.
Yeah.
He actually does.
at that
No,
neck.
he looks like he looks like Kelsey Light.
Look at that neck.
Yeah. Oh, he's got some guns too.
Yeah, it's a
he's
meaty
got
neck.
guns. He's got good guns. That's pretty good. What now? Are you a Tommy Lee Jones actor fan? Like, what's your favorite movie?
Yeah, I like The Fugitive. I like The Fugitive. I like Tommy Lee Jones a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, oh, that's
I
a great scene.
like him and
Wait, slow
Harrison
that down.
Ford.
Hold on. It sounds like Merchandise Mart. Our boys come home. Dr. Lentz lied to me. Go find him.
That's a great line. You know what's a great scene? The closing scene of The Fugitive when him and Harrison Ford they bond. In the back
Yeah.
of that Chevy Impala when He's Harrison Ford comes out in the handcuffs.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones takes off the handcuffs, gets that ice pack. Remember those old ice packs?
Yeah.
And he throws the handcuffs in the dashboard, and Tommy Lee Jones says, "I thought you didn't care." And Tommy Lee Jones says, "I don't. Don't tell anybody." I love that scene. I love that scene.
And you're right. The way he does the ice pack, he does that.
Yeah, like
yeah, it's good. It's right. Excellent.
I love that scene. I whenever that's on, that's one of those like
that's a click and stick.
Click. Yeah, that's a good one. Like The Godfather.
Yeah, that click and stick. You're clicking, you stick. Click and stick.
Like Hoosiers.
Yes, click and stick. Without a doubt. Definitely. So, my man, let's bring it to the squad. First, can you do me a favor? Because VG's buddy, I'm sure it's probably one of your friends too, was ripping Topper.
For what?
For the way he because he brought Alvarado back the second inning on Sunday. And I'm like, where's the guy going to go? He's got no one else to go to. You saw when he brought Hernandez in. Like, what do you want him to do?
Yeah, I can't rip him for that, but Alvarado rarely works out running back out.
Well, where's he going to go?
I know. There's nothing.
Was the rip administered before the fact or after the fact? Because anybody can bat 1,000 with their critiques.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, but even looking back, hindsight, I go.
All right, here's the deal. They were short in the bullpen. They didn't get enough innings out of Ranger. That's your problem right there. Yeah. That's your problem. They didn't get enough.
There was no Ruiz.
And Tanner Banks threw Friday and Saturday, right?
They were short that day. They didn't get enough of the starter, and they had to send him back out because they had depth numbers. So because they guard against using guys 3 days in a row. If Alvarado gets 3 outs, nobody's ripping him. Nobody. No. And maybe if Trey Turner gets to that ball that kind of squirted through the heart of shortstop, maybe that inning's different. But hey, look, you can rip a manager 10 times a night. The only good move is a move that works. The only move that works is a move when the player makes it work. So you can think out the move all you want.
No,
have all the logic behind it you want. The player's got to make it work.
Right. No, you're right. But like to me, you understood it. Like you had to. Where else is he going to go? That was the issue. The issue is what you said. You didn't get enough out of Ranger. You're shorthanded.
Desperation.
Where else are you going to go?
Cologne.
You're going to have to go and bring Alvarado back.
I think probably they were thinking it was an off day. Maybe you could stretch him a little bit, but you got to be careful with him because he has pitched in almost like half their games and he's their top guy. But they were trying to win that day's game, and that was I'm sure he talked to him between innings. And like I said, if that ball doesn't squirt through, it might have been a different situation there in that inning. So
I'll be honest with you. I was surprised. He's down big. Now it's early. Then he brings Kirkering in early, right? And I was like, wow, he's bringing him into a 7-1 game. It worked.
Yeah, they did some interesting things in that day. I was thinking the same thing. But I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that there was an off day and they thought they could get back in the game and they're trying to keep it close. So that's, why they did that. But your starter just can't leave you out to dry like that. You got to get innings from your starter. Otherwise, it messes up your bullpen. The good news is they had an off day to kind of reset a little bit after, yesterday.
You worried about Ranger at all?
No, I'm not worried about him after one start, but I mean, if you look at the big picture, he hasn't pitched well since he came back last year. So I'm not worried about him, but I got questions. Worry questions. I mean, I didn't think he answered any questions on Sunday. He looked good early and then he just hit a wall. He looks to be in good shape. Maybe he's not in pitching shape. I don't know, but that's hard for me to believe. He's been rehabbing. He's been in Clearwater. He's been in the minors. He should be in pitching shape. He just kind of hit a wall with his command. Defense didn't help him. You want to see Bohm keep that ball in the infield there. The defense, to me, is a big concern.
Yeah.
Not necessarily errors, just plays that are going unmade, plays that sharp teams make, plays that sharp teams don't allow to happen, or miscues that sharp teams don't allow to happen. Like I said, not necessarily the errors. Backing up a base. I mean, Ranger he forgot about a runner on second. The guy just waltzed over to third. Little things like that just, when they add up, they cost you an extra base. They cost you 90 feet here and there. And then eventually they cost you runs. So not worried about Ranger, but very, very curious to see how this is going to shake out. Yeah, because he had that poor final. I mean, he was not good his final 11 starts last year. I mean, I know he was coming off really a series of injuries. I mean, the hamstring, the lower back. There was also shoulder fatigue in there that doesn't get much play, but that was there. So I'm very curious to see how he bounces back. They need him to be good, and he needs to be good as he, approaches free agency here and a possible payday. He's an ongoing question for me.
Jim, this has crept into my head a little bit because I've seen the power numbers over the last close to 200 at bats now. Bryce Harper seems to be a little off. Is this something that's possibly something physical, possibly something timing wise, possibly something age related? Is it a combination of all three? What are your thoughts with Bryce Harper's kind of power dips? Seems like he didn't really have an answer the other day when asked about it.
Yeah, I don't really have a health concern right now. Last year, he did have, some elbow and forearm soreness, which he's kind of loath to admit to that stuff. But I do think last year, I mean, Stott had an elbow thing, but I do think last year late, I think Harper had a bunch of kind of nitpicky little injuries, nagging things that may have affected it in that regard. Right now, he looks healthy. But I mean, I understand what you're saying. The power, he did hit an off-field home run on Sunday, which, was a good sign. I don't know if it's a home run in every ballpark, but, he squared it up good and it carried out of that power alley at Citizens Bank Park. I think maybe probably timing. When I look at him, sometimes to me, it's kind of a layman watching it. He gets happy feet. His feet start moving, and I think his head moves, and his base, when the base is off, something's going to be askew up top. And when something's askew up top, your eyes move, and you don't really make as great a contact as you should. So, I mean, that's a timing issue. So, I think it'll come. I said this to Anthony the other day that I think Bryce Harper's about to get hot, and I'm going to stand by that.
Well, I thought about that because he did hit the home run the other day.
I'm like, field usually is a good sign.
Yeah. So he has these little dips now and then, and he gets frustrated like anybody else when you're not performing, and your job and you want to be good at it. You get down. So I think he's going to get going. I really do. And obviously they need him to get going. But you look at, I mean, he can carry you for a month. Last year, May and June, Player of the Month. So I'm not worried. I think these are the normal ebbs and flows of a baseball season, the normal ebbs and flows that we used to do a lot better job understanding. But now everything, the growth of the media and social media and the attention, nonstop 24/7 attention,
stat casting,
that is stats and all this.
Savant.
Right. All this tech has intensified and magnified really every game, every inning, every at bat. And these are the things I think that we used to kind of, shrug off and say he'll get going. Well, I'm a believer that he's going to get going, and we're going to be sitting here one day saying, wow, Bryce Harper's on a heater.
All that stuff, it saps the fun. I hear you. It saps the fun, all that nerd out stuff. Listen, I can nerd out when it comes to sports and mechanics and everything else. But the numbers, the numbers. Because you can make numbers sing, dance, spin around, do circles.
The only reason I'm slightly concerned is that it dates back to the second half of last season.
Well, I think he was banged up the second half of last year. So I think there's your, huh?
I said, let's hope. I just hope we haven't seen the best of Bryce Harper. I think he's going to be great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. This isn't a hot take,
bro.
No, I'm just saying, he's at that age where you start to get a little concerned.
I got to get worried about Bryce.
I'm not like worried. It's just crept into my head.
Please
a little
don't
bit.
leave. I've got enough to worry about. That's the price. All right.
Well, I think your bigger point is the entire roster.
Yeah.
Is, and I've written about this. We've talked about it.
JT,
the Father Time.
Yeah.
They're all north. All the big guns are kind of north of 30. And I saw a Phillies team get old once in my time covering the team, and it's not pretty. And you're not old in real life, but athletically, you get a little bit older and you lose a step, and you don't heal as quick, and you're not the same athlete because these little injuries crop up, and then you become ordinary, and then it becomes really tough to see. So that's why they need to win soon.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this, because I'm excited about these next two series.
Dude, they got an easy month ahead.
Yeah,
There's only two series where the team's over 500 right now. They can really.
Yeah, we talked about because it gets June, it gets tough.
Yeah.
But Tampa, Cleveland. I love interleague play, and I love seeing teams like Tampa and Cleveland.
Steinbrenner Field too is going to be weird.
Yeah, like to me, it's interesting. You spent a lot of time at Steinbrenner Field. It's an interesting two series.
Yeah,
because you got Cleveland. You get to see Ramirez.
I like that stadium too.
Yeah, I always like that. And then
Anthony loves Cleveland.
Yeah, I know. You remember that? Why does he want to go to Cleveland? It was a long story. All right.
I remember I'm covering a Yankees game one day, 1996. Sitting there with Curry, Giannone, Jack O'Connell. Who else? Donnie Burke.
Right.
And the Cuz walks into the press box in Cleveland with a white button-down baseball shirt on that says in red and green, South Philly. You remember that shirt? I'm like, what are you doing here? Where are the Mets? He's like, I'm just laying over. How about a sidebar? Jump on a sidebar for me.
Yes. There might have been a playmate involved.
Hope I'm not crossing any lines here.
There were, like, she was one of these, what was it, pictorials, whatever. I met her in real life. And I was like, all of a sudden, I like Cleveland.
I
man.
love Cleveland.
And I was trying to go through Cleveland at all times. And then our editor was like, why are you going to Cleveland again? There's no National League teams in Cleveland.
Indians are hot right now. Albert Bell.
You remember that day you showed up in the press box?
Dude, no, but I'm sure, I mean, I was just hanging, probably.
Yeah, hanging. Checking out some Yanks.
Yeah, I love I liked America. I used to like, because we're so used to being from a National League city that AL was exotic to me. So I still like exotic. She was exotic too. I like exotic.
They're in Steinbrenner Field. I hear everybody saying, "Oh, they're playing in a minor league park." Let me tell you something. The Yankees do everything right. That playing surface is big league all the way. It's the only difference is it's only 12,000 seats. So you got to go out and beat them. They can pitch. They always can pitch a little bit. Tampa Bay, and then the Indians are pretty good. I'm sorry, the Guardians are a pretty good club. So a little bit of a tester here, I think. And but you have won 3 straight series and seem to be getting it going a little bit.
I like the kid. They have a kid, Misner, who I like. He's a lefty inning outfielder, young kid.
First baseman's a good hitter too. So
look at that.
Wills
is that kid Simpson up too.
Chandler Simpson. I picked him up in fantasy.
Yeah, he's a speed guy.
He's a speedster.
Yeah.
So it'll be a
good knowledge.
They always come at you with some good young talent down there in Tampa Bay.
Rasmussen's pretty good. He's pitching tonight.
Yeah, it's a good one. And Wheeler.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
He is good. He's got good numbers, Rasmussen. So the Phillies need to continue and build on something. So we'll see.
My brother, always fun, Steaks. Always fun.
Right. Thanks for the trip down memory lane. Hope I didn't get you in trouble.
Nah, I mean, not at all. Thanks, buddy. Oh my God, there he is, Jimmy Steaks.
Good to see you, Jim.
Well, we should travel all the time. That was predated everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I do like the AL series. I'm with you though, like, because growing up you didn't see AL teams. You know, like it was a luxury, and now you just everything's at your disposal.
I know. I still like it though. Like I'm in on this. It's a good series.
I like the Guardians as a franchise, like as a whole.
Yeah.
I remember I was real young, like 5th, 6th grade, and I got real into MLB caps. And my Uncle John, my godfather, took me out for my birthday to a baseball cap store, and he was like, "You can get any cap you want." And I got an old school Indians hat.
Wow.
Because Major League had just come out. I still have it to this day.
That's cool.
It's like hanging on by threads. It's so sun stained, sweat stained, worn out.
You know what was cool?
It's like almost 35 years old.
That's the best. When we used to go to Wildwood, right, every summer.
Yeah.
And in Wildwood, they would have these games, right?
Oh yeah.
And you try to win stuff, right? You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they would have helmets. The baseball helmets.
Oh. With the ear flap or no ear flap?
No ear flap.
Oh, the old Root helmet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always liked that for some reason.
So these helmets, they were all like they would have like the Mariners, the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Like I used to love the helmets. The football helmets and the baseball helmets.
I always loved the Mariners.
I love them.
The Mariners uniforms always were
Agreed.
Like sweet spot
Yes.
to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Cooperstown.
The Jays were cool too. Like
Jays were cool until they
powder
broke my
blue.
heart.
Oh well, yeah.
We went to Cooperstown as a family, and I want to say 92. It was right before the strike, and we got to do the dress up where I wore one uniform, my sister wore the other.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she wanted to be the Phillies, so I conceded and gave it to her because I was obsessed with the kid. So I wore a Mariners.
Ah, very cool.
I have a picture in my basement. It's me in a Mariners jersey.
Ah, you gotta send that to me. I gotta see that.
I'll send a picture to Andrew tonight.
It's awesome.
But it was up at Doubleday Field. It was awesome.
We're going there in I guess August.
That's Vince Pellegrini's happy place, man.
Yeah, he loves. You
got to go to Omegang Brewery. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but my cousin Joey and I, we like that beer.
Yeah, Omegang's good. Cooperstown's awesome. It's like a time capsule.
We're going. We have a tournament.
There's this awesome.
We have a tournament, and I'm going to do the show from there.
Oh yeah.
We have a tournament in Cooperstown and in South Carolina.
All right, that's a good time. Myrtle Beach.
I don't know how I'm going to do everything.
Sounds like a lot.
That, in the middle of football.
Yeah.
Because we got football workouts will start around then. And, and I need to go to Puglia for a week.
Need to. Yeah, you got to recharge the batteries. Yeah.
I need to go see my people.
Got to recharge the Puglia.
I need to eat. I need to.
Oh, you would have liked my dinner last night. You know what I did?
What'd you do?
This is going to make a skin crawl, Andrew.
Oh, I can't wait.
Trader Joe's, they're kings of frozen food because it's like, they had a frozen cacio e pepe pasta dish. You just heat it up with a little water in the saute pan. Woo! It was good, dude. I got to tell you, like
the pasta.
The sauce was frozen in these cubes and it just melted, and the pasta was frozen spaghetti that was spiraled up in like 6 different little stacks.
Yeah, but the pasta, it can't. It has to be mushy.
Nah, it was good. Trader Joe's nailed the frozen food game.
But the pasta has to be al dente.
Yeah, it was close to al dente. It was cooked. It was good.
I know, but it's overcooked. Like you can't. The pasta can't turn out good.
Nah, it was all right.
You've changed the molecules.
How can
on the
you
pasta.
do al dente in a microwave?
Right.
No, it was in the saute pan.
Yeah, but it messes the molecules up.
That was good.
But you can't. No.
Crushed it.
Well, I'm sure you crush everything. You're gonna crush frozen cacio de pepe. It's
so
disgraceful. Good. It's horrible what you do to our culture.
I knew he'd love that.
Terrible. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right. Let's take care of some business, and then we go to Bill Matz.
Oh, can't wait to
talk a little
they
Fly Guys.
The Fly Guys. The Flyers crew last night was awesome. It was,
dude,
it was great theater.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it with Bill.
Yeah. Sounds good. Tell us a little about some of our friends like Shady Rays.
Shady Rays has got the best deal in sunglasses. It's springtime. It's pool season, beach season, golf season. It's sunshine season, and you need the best deal in sunglasses. Our friends at Shady Rays
are helping you get in the right frame of mind with their premium polarized shades that aren't going to break the bank. They're an independent sunglass company offering world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their sunglasses have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for your outdoor adventures. And with so many colors available, you'll find the perfect color to match maybe your favorite team. And if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by their lost or broken replacement plan. And if you don't love your shades, just exchange them for a new pair. Worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with fast and personal support. PHLY viewers and listeners, go to shadyrays.com and save 35% off polarized sunglasses with code PHLY. Over 300,000 people have rated Shady Rays 5 stars. So use code PHLY today at shadyrays.com. And of course, our friends at Ashley Furniture. You see them everywhere. You hear about them everywhere. And spring is here, so you got to spring into savings at Ashley Furniture because low prices are blooming. You can save up to 50% off living rooms, bedrooms, and dining rooms. And here's one of the best parts. Have it all delivered for free. Plus, no interest long-term financing, which makes these purchases so much more palatable. You can save on top brand mattresses and get free delivery, setup, and removal. But don't wait. Spring into savings now at Ashley, South Jersey, and Philadelphia. Financing with approved credit, minimum purchase required. Some exclusions may apply. See store for complete details. And hurry to Ashley.
Ashley, we love it. All right, now joining us, our man from the All PHLY Flyers show. What a job they did last night. Bill Matz, Charlie O'Connor, Billy, good morning.
Anthony, Jamie, how are you gentlemen this afternoon?
Killer job last night,
Well
Bill.
done, buddy. Well done.
Bill, I got to say, it was awesome because you guys had the Die Hard party out there.
Yeah.
And they're ahead of you guys in the studio here. So hearing like the roar of the crowd with the pick when it was good news in the beginning, and then having to watch Bill and Charlie and Kelly react like, what was it, 15 seconds later? So you hear a roar and you're like, good news is coming, and then they're all on the edge of their seat watching it and waiting, and then they get the news. It was awesome theater, back and forth. Job well done last night, Bill.
It was a lot of fun up until the numbers actually came out. And then the fun subsided. But we had a great time at the studio Die Hard party. It was really cool. I was wondering, sitting at the desk you guys were watching like over your shoulders the other television because they were like 15 seconds ahead, and I was like, what does this look like on screen? I don't care because I need to know before like I just have to know what's going on here. But it was a bummer the way it worked out. Party was great though.
I gotta tell you, the one thing I love about this place, it's a great party place.
Oh yeah,
it's a great part. Like we gotta have a series of hangout sessions.
Yeah.
All right. Where we just invite people over.
Yeah.
All right. I might do my own cuz party.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We'll do a cuz after dark show.
We got ping pong, pop a shot.
We take cuz after dark show.
Video games.
I'll make cocktails.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
All right.
I love that.
Summer. Like
and we got friends.
Kickoff.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we go hang on the roof?
Yeah, we can hang on the roof.
Yeah,
absolutely. Friends
got limit the number of people on the roof.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you a question. What at 6? What are you looking at? The centers, it gets thin. So
I got the Charlie article fresh off the Die Hard page here.
So what do you like? What's the strategy, Billy?
The strategy has to be best player available because they are so devoid of overall top end talent. You should be able to get a center there. And it would have been awesome to get up to 1 or 2 and get Schaefer, the defenseman, or Misa, the center. But after that, I don't think it killed them just in terms of quality of prospect they're going to get. Like that 3 to 6, 7 area, basically the same tier of prospect, but it lowers your options. And if the guy left is someone their scouts just don't like, okay, suddenly are we reaching? Are we going for positional need instead of best player available? It just raises the questionability of the pick, but they should be able to get a player on par with who they could have gotten at 4, at least in terms of a prospect.
Give me the guys that we're looking at.
Oh, it's going to be James Higgins. He's a center out of Boston University.
He was the guy that was very highly touted, that was supposed to be the number 1 pick, right?
Yeah, coming into his freshman year at BU this season, this was the James Higgins draft, and he fell off a little. He didn't have quite the awesome freshman season people were expecting, and a couple other guys kind of jumped ahead of him. So he may fall. There's Porter Martone, who is a more power forward style winger, not a center, but scores around the net. He's a good skilled player who can play with some physicality. Anton Frondell, a Swedish center, he may be there.
Swede.
I think. Yeah, I would. That would be a lot of fun. So there are going to be options at that spot.
Tell me about Frondell. Who's his comp?
His comp, he's a physical center. I would say like a bigger body. I would say not like a Kachuk. He's more of a center, less physical than that. But he's a playmaking center, maybe a bigger Giroux. Don't know if he's going to be 100-point guy, but a playmaker, can score a little as well. So I think that's maybe a decent comp there.
Could he play first line?
Yeah, I think he would eventually be your 1C with Jet Luchenko behind him, and you have good depth. Maybe not that all-world number 1 guy, but 2 very good lines.
All right, well, let's talk about this for a second. Give me your top 6 forwards. I should say this. Actually, let me rephrase. How many top 6 forwards are on this team right now and close? Like, I'll include the minors, right? So I'll include guys that are close.
Yeah.
So
that's
Michkov.
Travis Konechny. Yeah, Michkov and Konechny, no doubt. They are first line or close to first line caliber players right now. And then after that, it's a whole lot of projection. I think Tyson Forster can be a top 6 forward. What he is right now is pretty good, and you got him at like 22 in a draft. He's young. He's good where he is, but if he takes one more step, I think he is a top 6 forward. And Jet Luchenko, it's going to be a project. I don't think we're going to see like great early returns the way we got from Michkov. I would be shocked if Jet Luchenko is a Calder finalist or in the conversation to be a Calder finalist. But I think eventually, once he enters his prime, could be a top 6 forward. But after that, I'm not really sure they have those guys. I thought Owen Tippett was for sure one, but the season he just had, I mean, he's a goal scorer and he scored 20. He had 100 fewer shots than last year. It's not enough. You're just not getting enough out of him. I think he can rebound off of one bad season, but I'm not, oh yeah, top 6 guy, no doubt. I'm not seeing that right now. He's got the tools, but after that season, I question it.
How about, do you have a defenseman that could be a top 2 pairing?
I think the guys they have currently, like Sanheim could be on a top pair with a number 1, the way
Right.
Matt Carl was a top pair defenseman because he played next to Chris Pronger.
Right.
Like that sort of top pair guy.
Well, that's
but
kind
I
of
think
what I was.
it's,
I know that there's no one, so
yeah.
I was looking.
I think, Yeah, I think Sanheim could do that, and Jamie Drysdale has the potential to be
right.
Still developing.
Yeah.
Has a long way to go, but took strides this year. I liked what I saw out of him. And then after that, it's all right. Do I think Emil Andre can be? Yeah, but it's a low percentage thing. Like, okay, how big of a step is he capable of taking? I don't know if I see that in him.
Yeah. So do you think, heart of hearts, is this the last lottery we're going to be in, or do you smell one more and then that's it?
I mean, I think it's their last. Yeah, they're picking, no lower than 6th. Yeah, I think they're going to be on the playoff bubble next year, and then you're in the lottery, and you could get lucky the way Utah did, going from 14 to 4, but you're not maybe in contention for a top 2 pick. I think they are going to try to get a little better this offseason. And if some of the young guys do come along, that will put them at least on the bubble of the playoffs. But as we saw, you can get lucky, as Utah did.
Let me ask you guys a question. Honest. Do you push off this offseason? And do you stay like this one more year and then go all in the next summer? So you have one more year of this and a top line. Like, I don't know what the draft looks like next year.
Ooh, yeah. Next year, Gavin McKenna, if they were to do it, there would be a section of the fan base that was very willing to accept it. And maybe it's the smart thing to try to do that.
So tell me about Gavin McKenna.
Just based on name vibes alone, this kid's a lock. I can tell you right now.
McKinnon.
Yeah, this kid's a lock. I don't know anything. I've never seen him play.
McKinnon,
Don't know
McDavid,
anything. Gavin McKinnon.
It seems like Gavin McKenna is going to be, if not generational, at least a no doubt about it, number one. He is a number one center. That is what he's going to be a star. Is he going to be McKinnon? I don't know.
Cause forget about Misa. I want McKenna and Meatskoff. Are you kidding me? I didn't realize he was that good. I mean, I didn't know.
It really seems like he is the type of guy teams are going to tank for, at least to have the opportunity. I just don't know what sort of appetite Briere and Jones and Hilferty have for that. And my guess is it's low. I think they're looking to take a step this year.
Yes. I like that. In fact, I prefer to do that. I want to tank one more year.
I mean, you can't hurt me anymore. Why not?
I mean, one more. Listen, it'll still be fun. You got Beachcroft to watch. You'll have Tocchet behind the bench, right? Jet comes up. You have some stuff. But all you got to do is make sure you don't get a goalie, and they don't have a goalie.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were to run back these goalies, they would have as good of a chance as finishing with great odds as anybody.
So what? So you're waiting for Zafragan anyway. So what? Let's be bad one more year. Have fun. I'm all in.
Say
one
less.
More year.
I'm in.
McKenna, baby.
I'm very torn, Ant. As someone who has to do 82 post games, I'm very, very torn. It might be the right thing to do. I just don't know if I want to watch it.
Yeah, but you'll watch. But here's what you get to watch: 7-6 games. That's fun. I'm in on that.
That would be a lot of fun. I would be all on board for taking the over every single night and just hoping for Mishkov to have a 100-point season in a bad year.
Yeah, man. Let's go. One more year. And then we're good. Then we're looking at the Cups. All right?
Just jump right into it at that point.
Baby.
Absolutely.
2027.
I'm in.
All right.
Get the roaring 20s going before they expire.
Right. We'll have 27, 28, 29, 30. Here we go.
I'm all in. Let's do it, Ant.
I love it.
Let's go. Team Tank. Let's start it.
Billy.
All right.
I love it, buddy. Listen, great stuff, man. Great job last night. I know you got to get in here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, pal.
Flyers coming up at noon.
Yeah, he's got to get in.
We'll be starting very soon. Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
I love it, Bill. I love it. So Angelo says, one of our fine viewers, that we can have a big party, festa.
Ooh.
Napoli. For Napoli.
Oh, for champions?
Serie A.
Serie A, yeah. All right.
They win the Scudetto.
Oh, man.
Sounds delicious. Like if that was a pasta dish,
well, no, we find out when is it a big Napoli match? We find out.
I'm looking up right now.
Oh. We get Mr. Tony up here to like hot plate us some pasta.
Yes.
Ooh.
Actually, Mr. Tony.
Well, they're winning Serie A currently. They're 3 points above Inter for the first place in Serie A. So
do they play each other? Like, see, the only problem with the way the setup is, it's so anticlimactic. Like, you need one match, like a playoff game.
So it seems like it's going to come down to the wire since they're so close. Only 3 points really is dividing them. They play this Sunday, Napoli, against Genoa. Right. And then they play Parma.
Good salami there.
And then they play Parma next Sunday.
No, during the week, because sometimes they play on a Friday.
They sell.
No,
do
they're,
serve chicken
They
parm
play
in
on a
Parma?
Monday because usually they'll play
They have 3 games left. They have 3 games
all
left.
Sundays.
And all 3 are on Sunday.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
I would do an event here. Get Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony be down for that.
Oh yeah.
I had friends who were in Italy the year that they won, and they said it was
Dude,
insane scenes. Crazy scenes.
Dude, it was the greatest thing in the world. We were there.
You were there?
Not when they won, but a month later, we were in the Amalfi Coast, right?
Yeah.
So we were actually in Naples. What am I saying? We actually went to Naples, and it was the coolest. We did a Philly sports trips, our Italy stuff. We did. So we were in, and it was awesome. Like from Naples into the Amalfi Coast, which is really close, right? You had like the colors, everything was draped in the championship. It was a month later. They were still celebrating.
Yeah, I bet.
It was freaking awesome. You walked in the streets of Naples, they had these huge flags with the players' faces on them.
Oh, it's awesome.
Like, we should do that here, like along the Parkway, have Eagles faces.
That would be awesome. Yeah, they go above and beyond. Like, any soccer fan, when they party,
in fact,
it's
Broad
above
Street,
and beyond.
we should go all the way down Broad Street with Super Bowl. In fact, I got to talk to somebody about that.
Get giant tifus and hang them up.
What are they called, tifus?
Like tifus, like soccer games when they have those big things that come down. There's like
With their
drapes.
faces?
with
Yeah. They're like drapes,
It's called
right?
a tifu. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Down with
That'd
the
be
tifu.
sweet.
Up and down Broad Street.
Cooper DeJean tifu,
Yeah,
with the big hit on Derrick Henry.
Oh, dude,
How awesome would that be?
Dude, we get every block, there's a tifu.
I'm in.
I got to come up with that. Every block, we do the tifu. I'm going to send that. Maybe we get Sherelle Parker, get the mayor involved with that. Get Mayor Parker.
I'm in.
That would be awesome. The Chifu? What's it called again?
Tifu.
Tifu.
Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda.
That's what I thought. Chifu. Yes.
Yeah.
When you got kids.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
When you got kids, that's what you.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda rules.
Yeah. With the dumplings?
Yeah,
the
the
man.
dumplings.
Dumplings, please.
Yeah.
I love dumplings. Every time I watch that movie,
Dude, the best. I want dumplings. Right. The
man.
greatest. Soup dumplings are the best.
Oh, yeah.
They're the best. All right. What do we got? We
Well,
got
you want a
pick
little
select.
nugs?
Let's do selections for
Okay.
Bet Parks, and then what do you got? We got what's it called today? Champions League.
Champions. Yeah,
what do you-
Champions League.
What do you got, you two?
So it's the second leg of Inter and Barcelona. They're going in on a 3-3 aggregate.
No, isn't that a lot of goals for
There's
two defensive?
a
They were
lot
Inters.
of goals. That first game was awesome.
Italians love their defense.
Yeah.
I do think Barca's going to win that one.
You got Barca?
I got Barca winning it.
All right.
Yeah.
And where's this game? Did you say?
It's in Italy. I think it's in
Wow,
Milan.
you got Barca coming into Italy?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Italy's going to park that bus on the back line and say,
Come get
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Their leading striker right now is kind of dealing with some sexual abuse stuff. I just saw
Yikes.
Who's that?
for Inter.
Oh,
Marcus
really?
Thurman. Yeah.
Marcus Thurman?
Yeah.
Thuman?
Yeah. He's
Zuman Deli Meats?
yeah. So I don't know how that's going to project in this game, but
All right.
yeah.
All right. How about the other one? What's the other match?
That's tomorrow. That's the PSG and the Arsenal game. PSG is going to win that.
I saw a game at PSG.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow, that had to be awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty great. It was when, what's his name was there?
Mbappe?
Mbappe was real young. Neymar was there.
Oh, Neymar?
Wow.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I didn't get the real tailgate experience. Like, I wish I had found a soccer bar before going.
Yeah.
So we went out to eat and we're like eating escargot and stuff. And like nobody around me like knew the game was even happening.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was it was a scheduling.
Ah, that's a
Because she
shame.
planned the whole trip, and I was like, I got the PSG game. I'll get the tickets. I'll plan. And
Right,
we just went to
right.
like a cool. It was a cool bar, but it
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
like a soccer. I should have gone to a soccer bar.
Yeah.
It's going to be
yeah.
interesting
3
there
o'clock.
next year.
I mean, I watched that game. It was
Yeah.
a good match today.
It's going to be interesting next year for Paris because Paris FC was just elevated
Yeah,
to
and
their
the stadiums are touching each
and
other.
they're literally touching.
Yeah.
So it's going to
Have you
be
seen
insane.
this?
Yeah.
They just got elevated.
find a
Paris
picture and show you.
FC. Yeah, find a picture of it. And the two stadiums literally are like touching.
Oh, it's awesome.
So like they're gonna be now like blood
That's cool.
rivals,
Oh,
and the
that's
stadiums are
fabulous.
touchy.
I love that.
There's no home field advantage. It's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any selections in today?
I like Wheels Up tonight.
You like Wheels Up?
He's a little plus 125 action down at Steinbrenner Field.
No.
Or he's minus 125.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
there's no way.
His over 7.5 Ks is plus 125.
Do they strike out though? I don't know if Tampa strikes out.
I'm going with Wheels tonight with the strikeouts
I
and
like
the
it.
win.
All right.
There you go. That's the picture.
Wow,
That's
look at
literally
that.
one road
isn't that
divides
wild?
the two stadiums.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, now they're in
Where's
the
that?
same league.
That's in downtown Paris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I took the Metro to the stadium and it was cool.
That's awesome. I love that. It's hockey tonight. Canes Caps. Oh, that's a good one, man. Game 1. Washington, Carolina. I like the Canes. Prediction: Canes. Sorry, Ovi. And then Oilers, Vegas. What do you like? That's a great matchup too, dude. I just,
Vegas is good.
listen. I just don't trust Edmonton's goaltending.
Yeah, I think Vegas.
Yeah, I do
Gut
too.
says Vegas.
Yeah, mine too. And then in the association, Game 2, Indiana, Cleveland.
I kind of like Indiana plus the 9.
It's bet down to 8.5.
That's a big line for this game.
Dude, I know.
Like Indiana's good. They don't really get blown out. Like
Yeah.
they have what, 5 guys
I
over double
agree.
digits.
Yeah.
They have a different guy every night that can help.
Neymar and Naismith.
Yeah. Dude, he's a player. What's his name?
Halliburton?
No, the other point guard. The Sixers toiled with getting. Why am I blanking? Aaron.
Yeah.
Nemhard.
Nemhard.
Yeah. He's
his
a good
brother's
player.
was a Gonzaga.
Yeah.
He's a good ball player. Real good ball player. By the way, we are in overtime. OT. No, they're deep. Even TJ plays good minutes for him.
Yeah.
Man. He
Dude,
gets
TJ
in there.
McConnell's a better pro than Ben Simmons.
He way better.
What a world.
I know. And in game 1, I'm actually really looking forward to this game. Minnesota, Golden State.
Dude, Jimmy Butler versus Anthony Edwards is going to be an S-talking
Chirp fest.
must watch.
Yes, I'm all about the Ant-Man.
I love this matchup, and I love Steph Curry. Like, I had the realization watching the game the other day, and he struggled a little bit. He wasn't like anything out of this world. He, I think, has become a top 2 or 3 favorite all-time NBA player outside of Sixers. Like, he's probably 1 or 2 for me. I love watching that dude play basketball.
I respect that. I respect that.
He changed the game. He's fun.
Somebody else told me.
I love it.
Who said this? Who said this? Somebody I know, some media dude.
Like the fact he's still
had a
doing
hot take, saying Steph greater than LeBron.
That's a little crazy.
Is it though?
Yeah, LeBron.
And actually, when you actually think about it,
yeah, but
and you actually stack it up,
It's not really that crazy.
it's not.
yeah, but LeBron's like what, number 1 in scoring now. Steph's like 21st, which is crazy to think about because it's all threes.
Yeah,
mostly.
but here's a.
But LeBron's up there in points.
But
and
here's the-
Finals
rebounds and
MVP.
assists.
without a doubt. But here's the problem.
It's crazy what LeBron's done.
Everything was built around him. Like he went to every team was built around him.
Yeah.
Steph didn't have
He
that.
still took Cleveland with a bunch of scrubs.
The one time.
Look, I love Steph, but I mean, you can make the case that LeBron's the greatest ever. Fairly
Well, not
easily.
over 23.
I mean, you can make the case.
Okay,
I'm not
well,
getting
you
into
could-
that
you-
argument because it's all
you could be
personal
wrong.
preference. I mean, where's Jordan? Is he in the top 20 assists? Is he in the top
Cares?
20 rebounds? I'm just saying.
No better winner. Stop. It's stats, numbers. You play forever. God bless.
I'm saying you can make the case.
But if you play forever, that's what happens. You
I
just
just-
stack.
It's LeBron and MJ, and like I can't
It's
say Steph
MJ,
is.
and then it's
Could be Steph.
it's LeBron, but
I'm
it's Steph.
taking Steph over Kobe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love Kobe, but Steph.
Yeah,
Steph
Yeah.
doesn't have the Finals MVPs like LeBron
I
does.
love Kobe, but
I'm taking Steph all day.
Steph, you're right. Everything you say about him. And by the way, gentleman of all gentlemen.
Yeah, seems like a good dude.
Right. You know, I'm a Steph fan too.
Yeah, I love him.
However, I love Ant-Man.
Oh, he's my favorite. I think he's my favorite
He's
player
the only
outside of
one-
Steph in the league.
I hate to say it, right? So
You see his victory walk around Staples Center?
yeah, I actually love.
That's awesome.
I'm rooting like hell for the Wolves. Rooting like hell. I love Ant-Man.
I hate Gobert though.
Yeah, it don't matter. I'm rooting Ant-Man.
I do like Ant. Yeah.
I root Wolves, and I hate to say it.
Oh no, you're going Knicks?
Nah, well, yeah, I'm definitely rooting Knicks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even close. I mean, Celtics, dude. I mean, I'm rooting over Knicks all day. But I hate to say this,
Cheering for the asteroid in that series.
but yes,
Yeah.
yes. But I hate to say this, but Drago is the best. Drago's great.
And somebody, I think it was Ed Wright in the comment section
Drago
earlier.
is the Drago. I'm watching him last night.
He's unbelievable.
He's so good.
He's unbelievable.
He's ridiculous.
Ed was like, I think I'm becoming a Jokic fan.
I know,
Oh, yeah.
dude. First of all, I love his brothers.
Yeah, they're
right?
great.
They're the greatest. They're hoodlums, right? And
I kind of love that he hates basketball and he just wants to be with the ponies. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's
and by the way, the dude is just freaking great.
he's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. I hate to say it,
I know.
and for years I hated him on purpose because of Joel. But it's not even close. Like the dude is just ridiculous.
He's a freak. He's a freak.
Like,
He's
he
the
had
best player in the
22
league.
Rebounds last
I
night.
know. Just bet a double-double
How,
is every
how
night.
many assists do you have?
Probably like 9.
Whatever.
You know?
Like, but every big shot he takes and every moment, like
I know.
he's just ridiculous. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he really is.
And he doesn't fit the sport too. He just looks like a dude at a rec league.
Yeah.
You know, just
No,
a
I
big
mean, dude,
sweaty
I
dude
hate
at a
to
rec
say
league.
it. It's my two favorite players in the league, outside of whatever, but you know what I'm saying, is Ant-Man and Drago.
Yeah.
Like, I love Steph, but I hate the Warriors. And Jimmy, I don't want to see Jimmy win. I can't stand Jimmy.
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
hate
I didn't,
Jimmy. I hate him.
Vince chimed in the chat. He said Steph is better than LeBron.
Yeah,
Nah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
You can make a case, man. You can make the case.
No.
You can.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
Sorry.
Can't do it.
You know. And I don't think Steph sold his soul to the devil.
How did LeBron sell his soul to the devil? He's just like Brady because they win.
I think if anybody sold his soul to the devil, it's LeBron. There's something McNabbish about him, right? As great as he is, he's a gentleman, he's perfect, you know, all that stuff. Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, his off-court stuff.
He's a lizard people.
He could be.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could be.
Drinks the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a blood
I mean, it's
drinker.
possible.
Yeah.
I can't rule anything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, Steph's not. Mike definitely wasn't.
Yeah, no.
They try to, you know.
Steph's just got those Dell jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. It was a fun conversation. Dude, I love having you here.
Yeah,
it's
a good
great.
time.
It's great. It's fantastic. We want to save the nugs, or you have a burning nug?
We can do a little nugs real quick. I'll save one for tomorrow, but real quick, I wanted to get your opinion on first. Happy birthday to one of the greatest dudes in Philadelphia, Larry Anderson.
Oh!
Should get LA on. Love LA. I hate bothering them, but I love LA.
So, I can't believe you said that.
Siri is like jonesing to talk.
Yeah, you got a
today.
problem?
Shut up, Siri.
Yeah. Were you
Shut
just
up.
texting with him?
I'm going to show you. I mean, I can't believe you brought that up.
Text him happy birthday.
But this is
Last night?
Sunday,
Ah,
LA.
no, that's great.
I love LA.
He's the best. So happy birthday, LA.
I'm going to text him right now.
And then, I got to get your opinion. Big event last night. Are you aware of what happened in the world outside of sports that had some tie-ins to sports?
I'll say that's the Met Gala.
You would be correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
Now, I want to get your opinion on our two football players that were at the Met Gala. Mr. Jalen Hurts and his new wife, who is
He
absolutely...
looks great.
She is absolutely stunning.
She's beautiful.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah.
I got to tell you, he looks great.
Yeah. I saw
He
him at
looks great.
when I saw him at the parade.
It's a great look.
I was with Skylar and
But
Addie.
here's the thing about Jalen, right? Like, you look
He's
at him.
handsome as hell.
He is. He's a cool dude.
Great smile.
Like, that's a great looking, like his suit, the whole thing. He looks great. Looks like $1 million.
Yeah, he does. That's our Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Right, he does. He looks cool.
I would look like such a turd in that hat, but he pulls it off.
No, the hat works. With the
for
suit,
him,
everything like he looks cool.
Yeah, he does.
I give him and she's beautiful.
She is.
I'd love
stunning.
to see you in that hat.
Oh my God, it would look
I'd wear
outrageous.
that.
The beret.
And then our next,
I love a beret.
yeah,
beret's cool.
smoking a cig on a coast on the Amalfi Coast. Yeah. And our next, Mr. Saquon, greatest running back season.
I mean, come on, man.
Went more traditional
He
tough.
looks like a handsome. That's a great look.
Yeah.
It's a great picture.
There's our two birds at the Met Gala.
I mean, look,
last
listen,
night.
superstars.
Yeah.
He looks like look how handsome dude.
I know. We got some
Pulls
handsome
it
ass
off.
good football
And I love the
players.
black. Like, it looks sharp. Like, not for nothing.
And I got one more for you. One of the hottest actors in Hollywood right now, Mr. Timothy Chalamet. Last night ditched the Met Gala. You'll respect this. He's a sportsman. He's a diehard Knicks guy.
Ah, dude, I love that.
He skipped the Met Gala
That's
to
awesome.
watch the Knicks on an iPad.
I respect that.
How great. I knew you would love that.
Yes.
Yes.
I respect that.
And there's his Instagram story.
No, dude, I love that.
Yeah. So Chalamet.
I love that.
The kid's great.
He goes up way high.
Did you ever see the old, I think he used to go to like outside MSG to try to get like Knicks when he was like 11, 12.
Are you serious?
Because he lived in the city. He was raised in the city. He would go down to MSG and like try to get their autographs and stuff. Like he's a diehard Knicks fan.
Really?
Yeah. He knows ball a little bit.
What does Adam Sandler say?
Chalamet. Oh, Chalamet.
Yeah.
And he went on College Game Day this year and gave out like great picks. Like the kid's a sportsman.
He's a great sportsman.
Yeah.
No, I love that dude.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I
respect the Chalamet.
I respect that,
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah.
in a huge way.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew you would respect that.
Yeah, it's big time.
Yeah. Screw the Met Gala. I'm watching the Knicks. Bing bong.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about your question early to bring us all the way back to the steak dinner
Yeah. You got an answer?
and the triad.
I wanted to get Bill's because I feel like Bill's would have been.
Oh, I should have asked Bill.
That's all right. We'll get it when he walks in.
I should have asked Bill.
His would have been interesting. I wonder if there's a wrestler in there.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
Have to be, right?
Yeah,
You have
thing.
yours?
I was thinking about it, and
It's a tough question.
It's a tough question. Jeff Bridges is definitely
That's
going
a good
is
one.
going to that.
Now, did you see his new theory the other day on the Big Lebowski?
Donnie is not actually real.
Donnie isn't real.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
and he's
interesting.
never really addressed in the movie. And Jeff
It is
Bridges
true, yeah.
trotted that out.
That's pretty good.
It blew the Lebowski world's mind.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges, Daniel Day-Lewis. Just-
Wow, that's a great call, dude.
But
He's
is
a
he
great
too
actor.
Daniel Day?
Is he
Yeah.
too serious, though?
I don't care, man. He's one of the best actors of all
I
time.
know you
No,
got
but
great
like-
conversation. You're always a conversationalist.
Yeah, but if he's like, smelling his farts a little bit and like.
Nah, I don't
No,
think
I
he's
don't
a
think
smart
he's like
fella.
that.
He's a fart smeller?
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Big Farts Jones. He's in the chat.
What do you say? Big farts?
Yeah, and I couldn't really figure out my third.
No soccer player?
Nah, I feel like a comedian,
Yeah.
like
Comedians-
Carlin, like George Carlin.
Well, he's dead.
Oh, that's right. I guess you
We're
can't
going
pick
with the
that.
alive.
You can't pick that people.
Yeah, you got to be alive.
Chappelle?
Oh yeah,
That's a
Dave
great call.
Chappelle. Yeah, hands
Yeah.
down. Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
That's a great call right there.
I feel like that's a good
I'm
dinner.
stuck. I have so many of the.
You got to go Scorsese, right?
So I'll be honest with you. I thought about that.
I mean,
I love Marty, but I will tell you, I might go Coppola
Yeah?
There you go.
over
Because you get the good
Scorsese.
wine with it?
No. Coppola said something that was so awesome. He got the Razzie Award. So this guy did this movie, Megalopolis,
Yeah.
okay? And he spent a fortune of his own money to produce. And he makes it's a post-apocalyptic, futuristic film called Megalopolis. It's supposed to be New York City. And he puts all his money into it. Like, he basically is an incredible winemaker, right? Businessman to fund his art. And he gets a Razzie, right? Which goes for the worst movies, right?
Yeah.
And his answer was so freaking awesome.
It's funny. I just caught up on the studio last night, and the whole kind of theme of the episode was like, doesn't matter how bad the movie is, it's still art. Like, art is interpreted as an expression of
Is this the gala one when they go with the doctors?
Yeah.
And it's the movie about
So
the
good. It was
zombies.
such a good episode.
Yeah.
But like the theme of it was like, what is art, and like, can a bad movie still be considered art?
Well,
Yeah.
except, listen, I saw that episode,
Yeah.
and it was stupid.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest,
Yeah.
it was stupid, right? Like, I get it. Like, I like the show a lot.
Yeah. But I thought it was a good theme besides
I-
like stupidity of.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I get it. You could have done, you could have been done a little bit more eloquently, but
The zombies.
so here's what he said. This is what
I was
Hope-
filibustering for you there to find the quote.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Thank you.
He goes, I'm thrilled to accept the Razzie Award in so many important categories for Megalopolis and for the distinctive honor of being nominated as the worst director, worst screenplay, worst picture at a time when so few have the courage to go against the prevailing trends of contemporary movie making. In the wreck of a world today where art is given scores as if it were professional wrestling, I chose to not follow the gutless rules laid down by the industry, so terrified of risk that despite the enormous pool of young talent at its disposal, may not create pictures that will be relevant and alive 50 years from now. What an honor to stand alongside a great and courageous filmmaker like Jacques Tati, who improvised himself completely to make one of cinema's most beloved failures, Playtime. My sincere thanks to all my brilliant colleagues who joined me to make our art Megalopolis, and let us remind us that box office is only about money, and like war, stupidity and politics have no place in our future. Brilliant. A double middle finger to that whole gutless industry. And he's right. Because all the studios are banks.
Well, that's
All right.
why the studio's like kind of on hitting the nail on the head.
It's all it is. They're just banks.
Yeah.
And it's just about, let's make something.
Return on investment.
It's all it is, ROI. And none of them, all those people, they have no concept of what true story is, of what art is. It's just a despicable.
And it's gotten worse in the DVD sale used to make up for so much of it.
Stuff
You don't want to take
It's
chances.
just trash. It's trash.
So you get movies like Minecraft because
Right,
they know it's going
exactly.
to sell because
Yeah.
1 million kids are going to go see it.
Right.
Apparently, Sinners I got to get to.
Is apparently
Oh, well,
amazing.
I love him.
Yeah, apparently it's like
Those two are amazing.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, another great.
But I got to tell you, I love that response. That response alone.
All right, so he's at the table. Who else you got?
I mean,
You got two more
I don't know if I
spots.
have Marty too.
You got MJ at the table?
It could be. I love Jordan, man.
Yeah.
I do. I've always loved Jordan.
You know that you're having a good time. You're gambling. You're smoking cigars. Maybe.
No, Mike was just the greatest.
So Mike Coppola.
Being around, listen, he was an asshole, all right? Like, like we're the YouTube
I
overtime.
got to ask him a question as an intern for the George Michael Sports Machine when he was with the Wizards. I want to say 2002, I think it was. Dude, I thought I was going to crap my pants.
Yeah. No, because when you listen, I say that when I say he was an a-hole, but like, I'll be honest with you. First of all, he always was nice to me. Like, I mean, I thought he was cool. It was all get out. But like, I get where he was prickly to people and stuff. And he would, he was such a competitor that, he would punch you in the face in practice. Like, I respected that.
I watched a Craig Hodges podcast clip the other day, and they were asking him something about Jordan. He said that in all of his time playing with Michael, which I think was like 4 or 5 seasons, he never lost a suicide in practice. He said he was that competitive that he wouldn't even let a practice suicide run.
I mean, how awesome is that? Like, to me, that's the height of, I don't know.
Bleep you, I'm better than you.
Right. and it's the height of achievement. Like, he's always about achievement, which is why, to be honest with you, I love Brady.
So, all right, you got one spot left at the table. It sounds like MJ's locked in.
Is Brady at that table?
No.
MJ,
I can't
Coppola,
go. No.
Eddie Vedder.
I mean,
You got a musician.
Ooh, Eddie Vedder. Yeah.
You got an
no,
artist.
I got to think about it. I got to.
An
Coppola,
actor?
Jordan. Wow. Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah. I finish it tomorrow.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack's cool, man. Jack is cool, dude. Jack's cool.
That's a strong table right there.
I watched Departed
So good.
recently. I don't know. It was like a couple months ago. And he's just so
cool.
He is.
Yeah.
He's and he's like, his movements, like, he's such a great actor, man. He was cool. He was cool. Anyway, all right, we'll finish tomorrow.
Right.
We got to go. I'm going to do the Sixer thing tomorrow.
All right.
Or Thursday.
A real torture chamber.
That should be fun. The 100 greatest mistakes of the Sixers franchise.
I mean, we can get some good content out of that if we actually. You think we can come up with 100?
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty easy.
I think the problem's going to be keeping it at 100. And it might take us 3 days to get through it all.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
All right. Hope VG's having fun in Salt Lake. Bro, awesome.
Yeah,
great
good
to have you.
times.
All right. Listen, everybody. Have a great day. You know we love you. All right. Be careful. See you in the morning.
We all silly like the mayor.